answer, simply click on the question number. With this button, you can filter questions based on whether they were correct, incorrect, or unanswered. You'll see the real beauty of our platform once you click on the View More button. Once you do, you'll be able to see what percentage of students have answered each question correctly and which topic and concept was needed to answer it. Here, you'll also be able to see the skill required to solve that question. Once you're done, click on Back to go back to your scorecard. Next, we'll show you Q&I's one-of-a-kind analytics tool. To keep watching, do check out the next video. Welcome to Q&I's analytics section. When appearing for a competitive exam, it's critical to get down to the granular level to get an in-depth picture of your overall performance. Our unique assessment-led platform makes it super easy to do this by giving you never-seen-before tools to analyze your performance. To begin, simply click on this button. Doing so will take you to this screen. On it, you can see how much you've progressed since your last test in the Progress section. With this drop-down, you can also see your progress in practice tests, mock tests, test series, and even previous year papers. Over here, you can check your overall subject-wise proficiency. How much time did you actually spend on the questions you didn't know the answers to? You'll learn this and much more in this section, which shows you the average time spent on correct and incorrect answers. With these tabs, you can check your weekly and monthly details as well. With this graph, you can see the average time spent on each question over the past week. With this data at your fingertips, you'll know whether you're getting better at managing your time or not. Over here, you can see how many questions you've answered correctly versus how many you've answered incorrectly. With the help of these tabs, you can get a weekly or monthly overview of this information. With this graph, you can compare your accuracy percentage to that of other students who are using Q&I. On Q&I, you also have the option to get in-depth information on each subject that you're studying. Clicking on a particular subject will take you to this page. Q&I is the only platform that helps you analyze your performance through not one, but 4 different parameters. They are knowledge of concepts, comprehension of questions, application of the information provided, and evaluation of complex information. You can even check your performance right down to the topic level. Click on Expand to see all the chapters and on Open Topics to see topic level details. And that's everything about Q&I. We hope you found this walkthrough of our unique assessment-led learning platform helpful. We'll now see you on the platform. Until then, happy learning!
My name is Aryan Agarwal and I'm 17 years old. मैं हमेशा से एक इंजीनियर बनना चाहता था and I love exploring things.
अब इंजीनियर बनना कोई इतना it's not very easy. So I asked him to join a coaching classes.
प्रिपरेशन के स्टार्टिंग में काफ़ी सारे चैलेंजेस आए बट टाइम मैनेजमेंट वाज फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट. स्कूल से आना, कोचिंग जाना और उसके बाद सेल्फ स्टडी के लिए टाइम बचाना ये मुश्किल हो रहा था. कोचिंग में जो टेस्ट हो रहे थे उसमें मार्क्स कम आने लगे. इसकी वजह से मैं डिमोटिवेट होना स्टार्ट हो गया
और इससे वो बहुत स्ट्रेस में भी आ रहा था. मतलब सोचते थे कि वो कर भी पाएगा कि नहीं.
इसलिए मैं अपने फ्रेंड सर्कल के पास गया तो उन्हीं में से एक फ्रेंड ने मुझे सजेस्ट किया Q&A प्लेटफॉर्म के बारे में. Q&A सब्सक्रिप्शन लेने के बाद मैंने सबसे पहले उसमें एक डायग्नोस्टिक असेसमेंट दिया जिससे मुझे मेरे स्ट्रेंथ एंड वीकनेसेस पता चल गई. मुझे ये पता चल गया कि कौन से मेरे टॉपिक्स वीक है, कौन सा चैप्टर वीक है. उसके बाद मैंने टॉपिक वाइज टेस्ट देना स्टार्ट कर दिया जिससे मेरा काफ़ी टाइम बचने लगा क्योंकि इंस्टेड ऑफ कवरिंग होल चैप्टर आई वाज कवरिंग टॉपिक वाइज थिंग्स. Q&A में ये एक अच्छा फीचर है कि टॉपिक वाइज क्वेश्चंस अनलिमिटेड हैं. आप कितने भी क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो। Q&A जब मैंने यूज़ किया तो स्टार्टिंग में उसने मेरी लेवल के क्वेश्चंस मुझे देने स्टार्ट किए, फिर ग्रेजुअली उस लेवल को इंक्रीज करता गया जैसे इसमें अपने क्वेश्चंस और अच्छे करते गया और मुझे उस लेवल पे ले गया जिस लेवल की प्रिपरेशन मुझे चाहिए एग्जाम को क्रैक करने के लिए। सो इट्स एन एडेप्टिव प्लेटफॉर्म which help you increase your level gradually to practice more and more questions effectively। और मेरे सामने पूरा जेई का रोड मैप था कि मुझे कैसे कैसे आगे बढ़ना है, स्टेप वाइज कैसे कैसे मुझे आगे चलना है। It acted like a personal mentor for me and it made my performance better। इन सब चीज़ों के अलावा भी जैसे जिन टॉपिक्स में मुझे डाउट आता था उनमें Q&A के टीचर्स ने मुझे काफ़ी हेल्प की।
तो RNS सब्सक्रिप्शन को यूज़ किया तो 2-3 महीने बाद मुझे लगा कि ही इज़ नॉट कॉन्फिडेंट इन हिज स्टडीज़।
साइट पे ट्रैफिक बहुत था और मेरा रिजल्ट खुल नहीं रहा था, बट जब फाइनली खुला और मेरी 3 साल की मेहनत मेरे सामने मेरी स्क्रीन पे थी।
आर्यन का फ़ोन आता है मेरे पास कि डैडी मेरा जेई का रिजल्ट आ गया है और मैंने जेई क्लियर कर लिया है। तो मेरे को बहुत प्राउड हुआ, बहुत अच्छा भी लगा।
मुझसे खुश कोई नहीं था उस समय, तभी मैं बहुत खुशी हुई और उसकी आंखों में चमक जो थी शायद मैं वो भी बयान नहीं कर सकती।
I was dreaming of going to college and starting a new life। जो चीज़ें मैं पहले कर रहा था जैसे सोशल मीडिया को कट डाउन, that was not the solution। The actual solution was given by Q&I and their teachers।
See, the biggest help of AI is that it can help us to manage 5,000 students simultaneously. So whether it's a heterogeneous group or it is any kind of a group, that is no issue out here. Not only this, we take that tool of analysis that is really, really helpful, because what it does is it is highlighting the strength and the weakness of each and every student. So we continuously keep on going to the platforms. We pick up the analysis of the students who are working on the platform. And based upon that, we come to know that are there certain areas which are common to all the students where they're weak or they're not able to perform well. And based upon that input, then we design our content. Then we come out with a question bank or we come out with any kind of a help so that students are able to clear their weak areas and fill the gaps which are there in the knowledge and move ahead. This is not possible by any single teacher to do all this. So this is how AI is helping immensely to understand each and every student.
I certainly believe on the path that this day and age when there are like so many options and everyone is sort of being the first one to give in their views, like the student tends to get a little bit confused and they don't know what is best for them. And sometimes even other people in their life, like parents or teachers, can't really judge what's best for them unless they have like a physical assessment or a proof which can state that no, that is right for the student and this is the path which you should take. So I think this is a very great initiative indeed, and it's surely going to help a lot of students in future.
This product obviously focuses on what you're actually weak at, like at the precise point. That I guess is not done in other online institutes too. That makes this venture stand out from others.
I would like to mention that I have been on multiple online digital learning platforms before, and the fact that this app has adaptive learning and provides questionnaire for students who are lacking in a particular topic is really nice and makes us stand out from other platforms.
This is probably the need of the hour. When children know that they can work at their own pace, they can create their own destiny.
First time I have encountered such platform with such qualities.
सेल्फ लर्निंग कि किस तरीके से वो स्टेप बाय स्टेप अपने आप को इम्प्रूव कर रहा है वो देख सकता है।
The thing which I feel best, the cycle which was told in the seminar.
For me, it is questions and initiatives.
And sometimes even other people in their life, like parents or teachers, can't really judge what's best for them unless they have like a physical assessment or a proof.
It focuses more on their personalized analysis, their diagnostic.
This will really help for any student to get to know what point they're really lacking on.
It obviously focuses on what you're actually weak at, like at the precise point.
And the fact that this app has adaptive learning and provides questionnaire for students who are lacking in a particular topic is really nice.
I find that this kind of a curriculum would be really great for my children.
The whole idea here is to apply the concept of capturing individual data of every single child using the platform. Once we have adequate data of the child and we are able to form a pattern of his learning behavior, his learning skills, the way he is able to understand questions, comprehend it, apply himself, and the concept he has learned, we use that data to train the intelligence behind the Q&I platform and give him accurate information and analytics to guide him in the right direction as accurately as you can imagine it.
कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशंस में एक जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है जो हर बच्चा या हर टीचर या हर माँ बाप शायद ढूंढता है वो ये है कि मेरा बच्चा किसी भी दिन अपने प्रिपरेशन जर्नी में कहाँ है। Q&I एक यूनिकली क्राफ्टेड लर्न जर्नी डिफाइन करता है हर बच्चे के लिए उसके नीड और पेस के हिसाब से। तो जब हमारे पास एक लर्न जर्नी डिफाइन हो जाती है तो हम माइलस्टोन्स भी डिफाइन करते हैं एंड अकॉर्डिंगली छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स में छोटे छोटे सक्सेस माइलस्टोन्स अचीव करता हुआ बच्चा फाइनली अपने उस गोल को अचीव करता है। इसके साथ हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पर हम एक और सर्विस देते हैं और वो है प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग सेशंस। जनरली हम ट्यूटोरियल्स या लाइव क्लासेस जो आप देखते हैं में एक कॉन्सेप्ट या एक चैप्टर को पूरी तरह से एक्सप्लेन किया जाता है। हमारा तरीका थोड़ा अलग है। हम बच्चों के परफॉर्मेंस को देखने के बाद उनको बकेट करते हैं। सो कई बच्चे होंगे जो किसी पर्टिकुलर कॉन्सेप्ट में वीक होंगे, कई होंगे जो एवरेज होंगे, कई होंगे जो अबव एवरेज होंगे। इसलिए परफॉर्मेंस के हिसाब से हम बच्चों को बकेट करके नीड बेसिस पे इनवाइट करते हैं अपने खास ट्यूटोरियल सेशंस में। तो बच्चा अगर 1.5 घंटे के Q&I सेशन में आता है तो उसे पता होता है कि उसका टैंजिबल टेक अवे क्या है। तो एक डिफाइंड टैंजिबल टेक अवे होने की वजह से अगेन लर्निंग विद एंगेजमेंट होती है और उसको पर्पस डिफाइंड होता है। तो अगेन ये दो चीज़ें हैं जो हम देते हैं, यूनिकली क्राफ्टेड लर्न जर्नी और लाइव ट्यूटोरियल्स के थ्रू प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स जो नीड बेसिस है, जेनरिक नहीं है।
देखो, हम जिन समस्याओं से जूझ रहे हैं उनमें से रोड लर्निंग एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या है और हमने Q&I में उस समस्या को बड़े ही आसान तरीके से सुलझाया है। हम बच्चों को कॉन्सेप्ट का ज्ञान ज्यादा देने की कोशिश करते हैं। एक बार जब बच्चा कॉन्सेप्ट समझ लेता है तो वो दुनिया के किसी भी सवाल को बड़े आसानी से जवाब दे पाता है, चाहे वो MCQ हो या फिर डिस्क्रिप्टिव आंसर्स हो। अगर उसको पता है कि वो कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है तो लिख के आना या A, B, C और D के तहत उसको चूज करना उसको उतना ही आसान लगता है। तो इस रोट लर्निंग की समस्या को सुलझाना हमारे लिए बहुत अहम था और हम बड़े गर्व से के साथ कह सकते हैं कि Q&I ने उस समस्या को सुलझाया है।
I have, seen my son, prepare very closely for JEE. So I've been a part of his journey. From my perspective, the challenges which a student face, one is the enormous syllabus which a student has to cover. He has to cover both 11 and 12, and he has to juggle also his board exams. So it's like a Herculean task for a child. The second challenge is, it is all about relative performance. It is not about your own performance. While you might be doing very well in isolation, you don't know where you stand when you're actually appearing the exam with all your peers. And both these issues or challenges have been very beautifully addressed in Q&I. In Q&I, we have a planner. So where a student can very nicely plan his schedule. So he can, prepare for a topic, give the exam, see where he stands. If required, he can repeat that topic. That is one part of it. Second is, with Q&I, we have a feature called as IQ matrix, wherein a child gets to understand where he's doing well or the topics where he needs to actually strengthen himself. So that itself.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to request all of you all to kindly remain seated. We are about to start. I'm going to once again request everyone to kindly remain seated. We're about to start. A very good evening to one and all. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to Q&I Today in the city of Dehradun. Q&I Today is a groundbreaking leadership event series that will traverse multiple cities across India, bringing together the brightest minds in education like you all. This unique initiative is designed to foster meaningful dialogue and collaboration around the evolving landscape of education and the role of technology in it. This is not just an event, it is a celebration of ideas, collaboration, and innovation. Once again, a very warm welcome. Q&I is a revolutionary education initiative by Thomson Digital, India's leading digital publishing solutions provider, founded by the promoters of India Today Group. Q&I is a conceptual breakthrough. It represents a paradigm shift in preparing students for competitive examinations from grades 8 to 12. And we are thrilled and delighted to have such a distinguished group of educational leaders, innovators, and decision makers gathered here today. As we embark on this exciting journey, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the incredible contributions each one of you has made to the field of education. Your dedication, passion, and commitment to nurturing young minds and shaping the future are truly inspiring. Once again, a very warm welcome, and I would like to thank you for your patience, but we're about to start now. Well, we have a packed agenda for today, featuring engaging panel discussions, interactive sessions, and thought-provoking presentations. We hope these sessions will spark new ideas and inspire you all to take your initiatives to greater heights. The first segment of the day is a panel discussion, and the topic of the panel discussion is Technology in Education, Shaping the Future of Learning. And we have an esteemed panel of speakers for the discussion. Please join me in welcoming our esteemed panelists for today. May I please invite Dr. Meenakshi Soti, owner, principal, Doon Heritage School. Welcome, ma'am. Mr. Sanjay Divangan, Principal, Wisdom Global School. Mr. Navneet Bijalwan, Director, Veer Arjun Scholars Academy. Ms. Neelam Thaplyal, Principal, Delhi Public School. Mr. Sajal Saroha, Principal, Phoenix Public School. Thank you for joining us. I would also like to invite a Q&I team member to join the panel. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Neha Aghi, Head Learning Design. Ms. Neha Aghi is a seasoned educational leader with over a decade of experience guiding IIT, JEE, and NEET aspirants. A prolific author of academic books, she has pioneered innovative experiential educational methods and AI-driven learning solutions, making education more engaging and accessible. Driven by a passion for social impact, Neha strives to break down educational barriers, empowering students from diverse backgrounds to reach their full potential. A very warm welcome to all the panelists. I look forward to hearing your thoughts, and then the audience members look forward to hearing your insights as well. Today's panel discussion is on technology, how technology is shaping the future of learning. And we have an incredible lineup of school leaders, principals, and educators who will share their expertise and perspectives on how technology is transforming education. As we all know, technology has rapidly changed the way we live, work, and learn. Today's discussion will explore how these changes are shaping the future of education, the opportunities and the challenges that come with integrating technology in the classroom, and what the future holds for our students, parents, and educators. So let's dive into the discussion. Hello. So the first question for this evening is how technology has changed the way we live, work, and learn, and what emerging technologies do you see shaping the next decade of learning? So if I may request Navneet sir's thoughts on the question.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Actually, we are in the era of the technology, and we have to accept that technology is a demand of the day. We are very much dependent on the technology, so we can't deny that in each and every sector of our life, everywhere, we need to depend on the technology. But ma'am, one thing also I realized sometime, because being the educators, actually, or are the learned people here, or are very learned, so we can just share our experiences, what we have in our journey so far. I realized one thing, that technology, because I was discussing with some of my friends, so I was talking with Anita ma'am, she's a very learned lady, she's also resource person in CBSE. So she was saying that recently she has visited Japan, and she was saying that Japanese are very much dependent on the technology, but the happiness is not there. So I realized that technology should be used as a tool to support the learning, but it cannot be the priority. It should not be our priority. We should use technology very smartly, very purposefully, but we also need to understand that we have not to compromise with our core values and core concepts. We are the educators. Actually, when we talk about the AI, जब हम AI की बात करते हैं या टेक्नोलॉजी की बात करते हैं, तो when we were coming here, Mr. Parvez Bhatt was with me. तो परवेज भट्ट जी से मैं कह रहा था, यार थोड़ा बताइए टेक्नोलॉजी पे हम बात करने जा रहे हैं. तो उन्होंने कहा सर हम AI की बहुत बात करते हैं, और ऑफिसेज में क्या हो रहा है कि जहाँ 4 लोग थे, 5 लोग थे, वहाँ 2 या 3 लोग ही रह गए हैं. वो सही बात है, मतलब टेक्नोलॉजी का जो हम सदुपयोग कर सकते हैं वो बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वी आर द एजुकेटर्स. आई हैव डन माई पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन इन 5 सब्जेक्ट्स पर्पजफुली, कुछ पर्पज उसके पीछे, एंड नाउ आई एम परसुइंग माई PhD. माई टॉपिक, जो मेरा टॉपिक है PhD में, वो क्या है, टीचर्स एंड टॉट रिलेशन पे. और किस चीज़ ने मुझे इंस्पायर किया वो PhD परस्यू करने के लिए? कुछ टाइम पहले मैंने कुछ घटनाएं सुनी. एक बच्चे ने अपनी प्रिंसिपल को गोली से उड़ा दिया. दिल्ली में घटनाएं हुई थी जब 2 बच्चों ने एक केमिस्ट्री के टीचर को शूट कर दिया था. तो मैं यही जानना चाह रहा हूँ कि ऐसी क्या चीज़ है जिससे वो जो टीचर और टॉट के बीच का रिलेशन है वो कहीं ना कहीं उसमें एक बहुत बड़ा गैप आ गया. तो बिकॉज वी आर द एजुकेटर्स, कई बार ऐसा भी होता है जब हम बात करते हैं टेक्नोलॉजी पे या बच्चों के आजकल के बिहेवियर पे, तो बहुत बार बच्चा ऐसा होता है कि बच्चे को हर चीज़ मिल जाती है फ़ोन में, दुनिया मुट्ठी में है, हर चीज़ का आंसर उसके पास है। लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं हम एजुकेटर्स को, एक दोहा है गीता में एक श्लोक है, यद यदाचरति श्रेष्ठ तदवेरे तरोजना स यद प्रमाणम कुरुते लोकस्तदनु वर्तते। अर्थात जो श्रेष्ठ लोग हैं वो जैसे एग्जाम्पल सेट करते हैं, हम सब लोग क्या करते हैं संसार में, उसी का अनुसरण करते हैं। तो कई एजुकेटर्स ऐसे हैं जो इस तरह के एग्जाम्पल सेट करते हैं जहाँ पे बच्चा ये मानने को मतलब विवश होता है कि ठीक है टेक्नोलॉजी इज एवरीथिंग, बट इट कैन नॉट रिप्लेस अवर गुरुज, इट कैन नॉट रिप्लेस अवर टीचर्स। एक दूसरा वहाँ पे श्लोक है, श्रेयान स्वधर्मो विगुणो परधर्मानुतिष्ठात स्वधर्मे निधनम श्रेय परधर्मो भयावह। इसका मीनिंग क्या है कि हम जो हैं वो किसी भी चीज़ में पारंगत हो जाएं वो ठीक बात है सब कुछ, लेकिन जो हमारा मूल गुण है एजुकेटर के रूप में उसको हमें कभी भी त्यागना नहीं चाहिए। तो टेक्नोलॉजी को हम इस तरह से यूज करें कि बच्चे के सामने हमारी जो वैल्यू है वो हमेशा बनी रहे। मतलब आई मीन टू से इट शुड बी यूज वेरी पर्पसफुली, इट शुड बी यूज in a very positive way, in my opinion, ma'am.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts, sir. What we have understood is that technology is here to stay, very important, that we have to integrate it into our learning system. But it's important that as educators and as different stakeholders, that we teach our children the responsible use of technology. Right. Absolutely. The next question I would like to ask Dr. Meenakshi. How technology is, we keep hearing that every child is unique. It's something that as educators and as school leaders, you all have been advocating for as well. We would like to hear your thoughts on why do you think personalization is so important? Second, how is technology helping us personalize learning within our classrooms for students, educators, for parents? Over to you, ma'am.
First of all, I really extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for organizing such a wonderful meeting and given us a wonderful opportunity to meet with all my elite and educated colleagues. Yeah, definitely technology has become an integral part of today's education system. And for that, I would like to advocate the CBSE board, because being in CBSE school, I understand that it has a futuristic and holistic approach towards the child. They have given too much respect to the common child. They wanted to integrate a lot of technology into the education system so that it can be a better way of learning and it can be an asset. We all know that when the pandemic broke out, just because of this technological integration, the CBSE schools were well equipped or well trained to cope up with this sudden situation. And they emerged and they were able to help each and every child in a best possible way. Now all the ICSE schools have also, or the other boards have also understood the need of technology in the integrated education system. But at the same time, we need to understand that this is just a tool or aid need to be added to the education system. The conventional way of teaching, that is Guru Shishya Paddhati, or we are dealing with the humans, the importance of the Guru can be never replaced by any of the gadget or any of the technology. So first, all the teachers must know that how to make a good use of this technology, and so that it can be passed on to the student as well. Having said that, I can say the children can any day deviate and they can do the misuse or abuse the technology. I feel the schools are one of the safest environment to use all these gadgets, because they use all the internet or whatever the softwares in a best, safest way, because they have been monitored properly. The access to all wrong things is not possible, especially in the school. And to comprehend a subject or to understand a subject, I feel technology plays a very important role. So we must use it. We should try not to abuse it or misuse it. So artificial intelligence, as we all know that it is going to be a revolution to this technological world, but the cloning and the lot of misuse is there. The children are, they are very prone to get exposed to that, the dopamine and all this kind of, because all the parents have given mobiles to them during the pandemic time, but post-pandemic time they are finding it very difficult to take away that mobile from them. So it has become a part and parcel of their life, one thing. In schools, at least the children are away from mobiles for 8 to 9 hours, but as soon as they reach home, the parents, they ask for their mobiles. So that also have a after effect, but still we need to find a way where we can use a proper, in a proper way, in a safe way. Otherwise, I feel that it is one of the biggest revolution and the biggest gift to the education system. Thank you very much.
Thank you for those thoughts. Rightfully so, technology requires thoughtful implementation. With that, there's a thought in my head. There's a saying that between stimulus and response, there's a small window, right? And the quality of our lives depends on the quality of our decisions. And the one thing that as educators, as school leaders, I believe we are trying to teach our children the quality of decision making. With that thought, how can educators, teachers help students make better decisions, number one, in terms of using technology for their betterment? And how can teachers themselves remain updated and upgrade themselves when it comes to using technology in classroom? So, Meenakshi ma'am, if I may request your thoughts on, sorry ma'am, Neelam ma'am, your thoughts on.
Very warm good evening to all my fellow educators. Thank you Q&I team for having us all here and giving us opportunity to speak on the topic which is need of the hour. And every day we read a lot about ICT, we read a lot about AI, and we are generally, I guess the age group which we are, most of us belong to, is the generation or is the age when we had not seen mobile phones or we did not use mobile phones at all. That was quite, I guess we were in our early 20s or mid 20s when we got to see the mobile phone for the first time. That was the time when we were paying for receiving calls, if you remember, and we would be getting scolding from our parents that okay, so long calls are not allowed. Anyhow, so coming back to that, ma'am, you said a wonderful thing, that is stimulus and response. We use this term in psychology also. So stimulus, what stimulates a child's mind, what stimulates an adult's mind, what stimulates a grown-up, an elderly person. That all the stimulants are different. So we are educators, we are dealing with a generation which is much younger than us, maybe 10, 20 years of gap, maybe more than that. So we need to bring ourselves to the level of those children whom we are teaching, whom we are educating, and must realize that even if we are not the part, we had not been, while in our growing up years, we did not have exposure to ICT or mobile phones, our children do have. So understanding their needs, understanding their intelligence level, understanding the way they work. If we have to work on a PPT, it would take longer hours than a child of 10, 12 years. So we cannot, first of all, we cannot say, or we should not say no for the technology users. And as an educator, I believe that children are our educators when it comes to using our labs, using our computers, using our laptops, or preparing our PPTs. Children are doing better than that. You will agree? Right? So why not give this opportunity to them that freely and free hand, they should be given a free hand, but with a strict monitoring. As I would resonate with Meenakshi ma'am and Dr. Naveen, that technology is very well monitored when they are in the school. But what they do at home, parents have no control over that. So if we are doing it with, as you and I have, Meenakshi Agrawal, that young lady, she spoke to me about it, that customized thing. If we are customizing it and using it as per the individual child's need, I'm sure we are going to get benefit out of it. Recently, I will just wind up with this example I generally share with my students also. You all must have heard about that Iris, humanoid robot in Thiruvananthapuram. That lady robot is there and she is teaching in one go 3 to 4 subjects. And children are more than happy to, when I shared it with my students, they were sheepishly, slyly, they started smiling and said, "Ma'am, आने वाले टाइम पे तो फिर आपका फ्यूचर खत्म, आप तो होंगे ही नहीं, आई मीन टीचर्स तो होंगे ही नहीं." तो आई सेड, "डोंट वरी, हम गुरु हैं, गुरु ही रहने वाले हैं, तो भूल जाओ, you cannot do away without it, and of course teachers and educators will be indispensable, but for that I have that approach of a student when it comes to technology, and we have to, of course, as ma'am said, we have to update ourselves very well so that we could be in education, in technology, ICT, we could be educators to the students, our students. अभी जो हमें सिखा रहे हैं, हमें उस लेवल पे आना है कि हम उनको कॉन्फिडेंटली सिखा सकें. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. If I may move to Ms. Agi. We've picked up from the panel that rather than making teachers obsolete, technology is going to transform their role from being mere deliverers of lectures to mentors, coaches. So if we could dive a little deeper into the classroom setting and how technology firstly is helping students, teachers as well as parents evolve in terms of their role. Secondly, we've been talking about monitoring, evaluation, assessments within the classroom. How is technology helping us transform the assessments and evaluation process as well? And how can it benefit all the stakeholders? So Ms. Agi, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. So, as everybody is saying, technology cannot replace teachers. So, technology is enabler that is there to help all of us. So, when we talk about assessments, the very important part of assessment is to gauge what the student understand, what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, and how we define the further roadmap of learning. So, in terms of evaluation, there are three important stakeholders. One is student themselves, second teachers, third parents. Teachers, by teachers I mean teachers and school heads all. So as a student, if I'm able to understand what my strengths are, what is it that exactly I need to do, that will really help me. For example, if any assessment is designed based on, say, questions only, we say this question you don't understand, or this chapter you are lagging in. But what exactly the knowledge point is that as a student I don't understand? That is where technology comes in. That is where technology helps teachers to do the in-depth analysis and in-depth opportunity. It creates in-depth opportunity to assess students on learning outcomes than just on questions. So identifying strength, weakness, any assessment that is able to do that is efficient. Secondly, for teachers and school heads, if the assessment is rightly telling me where my entire classroom is heading. I have 60 students sitting in front of me. Their pattern recognition ability is most of the students are weak in pattern recognition, and but I'm not able to gauge that as a teacher. So if an assessment is able to gauge those skills or those learning styles of my classroom, then as a teacher I will get a real help in developing lessons. So that is where an assessment comes into picture and technology comes into picture to help. As parent, I get to know the result. I believe all of you must be having PTMs every quarter or every month. But whenever as a parent I sit with my child and to understand what exactly is the need. I want to help as a parent, but I don't know. And every now and then I can't call teachers, I can't call principals. So how will I get to know the real time presence, where my child is, what my child's requirement is? That is where technology comes in. That is where effective assessment comes in. So any assessment is efficient if all the stakeholders are getting their own path and getting the right direction to help the child.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your comprehensive thoughts. So we've established that technology is here to stay. It's on us to make thoughtful choices in terms of implementation and how technology is transforming our classrooms. We got granular in our approach to understanding how assessments can be efficient and taking good indicators focus on doing what they do best, teaching students, guiding them. With that, Sabine Circle. I have a two-part question that we will frame. Firstly, how can teachers focus on understood that they need to be instrumentation? How can they on ground implement and involve technology in their what role do parents play in terms of helping students evolve as well as making choices in terms of use of technology?
What should I say? Truth or false? Good answer the audience wants. Truth answer you want or false answer? The reality is this: teacher. 6 periods, correct? All the principals are here.
Class 50 children. If I will calculate 1 minute during the recess also, they are in the classes managing the students, they are completing their lunch or not, right? During free periods 45-minute period, अगर वो कॉपी ऐसे से चेक करेंगे 1 minute to 1 copy, still 5 copies are left. तो ग्राउंड लेवल पे तो टीचर के पास टाइम है ही नहीं. फिर आता है पेरेंट्स. पेरेंट्स नेवर आस्क रिलेवेंट क्वेश्चंस टू द टीचर्स और टू द प्रिंसिपल्स. आई होप एवरीबडी विल एग्री इन दिस. यस और नो? समटाइम्स यस, समटाइम नो. बिकॉज उनका क्वेश्चन क्या होता है? वो लंच नहीं कर रहा, वो टीवी देख रहा है या वो फोन देख रहा है. If the child is watching a phone, good, he should watch. क्योंकि वो इस सिनेरियो में इस सेंचुरी में हुआ है जहाँ पे उसके हाथ में टेक्नोलॉजी है. और हम जब हुए थे तब हमारे हाथ में टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं थी. बट ये हमें डिसाइड करना है, बीइंग अ पेरेंट, बीइंग अ टीचर, ये हमें रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी देनी है बच्चे को कि क्या एक बच्चे को उसकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी क्या है, उसे देखना क्या है और क्या उसके बेनिफिट की चीज़ें हैं. मैरिट्स एंड डीमेरिट्स हर चीज़ के होंगे, बट बीइंग अ एडुकेटर्स दिस इज आवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू टेल द स्टूडेंट्स कि व्हाट इज राइट फॉर यू. टीचर्स CBSE in a month 2 times 3 times CBSE is giving a workshop to the teachers. Education department is doing his work with a prominent manner. Even teachers are also doing hard work. अगर मैं हूँ, अगर I'm explaining in class silk route, आज का टीचर वो नहीं है जो एक चौक लेके आएगा, बोर्ड में बनाएगा और वो सिल्क रूट दिखा देगा. Impossible. All the teachers are working 24 hours. घर जाने के बाद भी they all are working. तो teachers तो are working. But here the question comes कि parent को responsible होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. For each and everything, they cannot blame the teachers. अगर पेरेंट अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी समझेगा, PTMs फुली अटेंड करेगा और पेरेंट्स ये समझेगा, these are the things which I'm facing. So I'm sharing with you all. Maybe some of you are not facing these things. This I'm facing. कि पेरेंट को ही समझना पड़ेगा कि अगर बच्चा टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ कर रहा है तो उसका बेनिफिट कहाँ पर है, कहाँ मिलेगा उसे बेनिफिट. और ये चीज़ समझनी बहुत ज़रूरी है पेरेंट को. और मैम ये तभी वो समझेगा जब टीचर पेरेंट रिलेशंस बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग होंगे. Until and unless the parent will think this is the responsibility of a teacher or teacher will think this is the responsibility of the parent, nothing can be implemented in a good way. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It is truly a collaborative approach that teachers, educators, parents have to take in terms of teaching how technology can help students. With that, moving on to Sanjay, sir. Yes. So, leaving it a little open to you to share concluding thoughts on the benefits of technology, number one, and your thoughts on how it is, again, helping us move into the next decade. How do you visualize the next 10, 20 years with technology for our students and teachers and educators? So.
Thank you. Thank you, QI. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, panelists. See, 8 plus 3, then 10 plus 2, then 5 plus 3 plus 3, then plus 4. So these are the changes you have seen. Now it is said that necessity is the mother of invention. That it is a need to change ourselves and always ready to take challenges. You would be always facing such kind of a challenges because time brings it. And you cannot deny that you can keep away yourself from such technology. You have to embrace this technology. If you want to bring reformation, if you really, by heart, by soul, a true educationist, then you have to adopt the technology. How you can diagnose the child, his learning needs, his learning gaps. Parents, you think about 50 years back to now, what all the changes happened. Working parents, they already much in stress. And they have to equally see their children also. Then we have to include something which can help put together as an educationist as well as parent. Obviously, technology. I have gone through recently, I don't want to name any company, that definitely this technology would create difference in that how much a child has done, honestly, what you assign to him or her. So assessment on what basis you are going to do. Assessment will be done on the basis whether the task is performed properly or not. The task is performed and what label it is performed. If it is performed, so whether we have got desirable outcome or not. If it is not, then we have to again diagnosis. We have to review. But as sir said that all of us are much burdened, occupied, but now this thing will be not allowing you to ignore your responsibility, to shift your responsibility. So you have to find out the right ways how I can make my work easy, comfortable, so that on time I can get the feedback. A very important feedback. So the technology which is helping me. Now in these days, writing circular becomes very easy for all the principals because ChatGPT is helping you out. And then you have to definitely, appreciating this tool. Am I right or not? So this is what you embrace. Now, this phone, earlier, In 2000, it was only keypad wala. Now it's a smart. So now phone is a smart, so we have to be smarter than the phone. So how to use, it is only depending on user. If you remember, most of you, my friends, might be knowing it, when we were very young, there was a one fixed topic in our essay, whether science is good or bad. Do you remember this one? Okay. So what is that answer? It depends on user. How the user uses it. It can be constructive, it can be destructive also. What is happening in Israel? The best use of the technology in a destruction. What is happening in Russia and Ukraine? Best uses of technology in the destruction. So, as you have given me the responsibility to conclude, so friends, we are into the same boat and we have to sail our boat. And we want to find out the easiest ways because always challenges are there. Now in these days, electronics, devices, electronics has absolutely dominated in our day-to-day life. And we have to be into that. We cannot deny of its uses. So better we should advise, we should take it very positively and how we can use for the betterment of the society because we have to engage the mind. For which we have to reform ourselves. We have to invest. Investment in terms of technology, investment in terms of structure development, investment in terms of teachers training. And I'm proud to be a part of CBSE. CBSE is taking too much pain and then going through a lot for the teachers training, capacity building program, and many of you might be the resource person for teachers training. So you understand that how much they are spending on it. And they are also very much into the use of technology. So technology is giving you a very right way decision that what way you can reform your institute, how you can, even for parents meeting, see the feedback is required that you have to converse the strength of the child, weaknesses of the child. So first of all, you have to talk about the strength of the child. Your child is very good in this area, and the gray area is this, but very manipulative way. You need to take care in this particular area rather than to say that your child is not good. So the way we are using technology, it is making our work easy, and this helps us to prepare our lesson plan. It helps us to prepare project-based curriculum because critical thinking is totally based on problem-solving skills. So both technology as well as critical thinking, because National Education Policy says that rote learning should be shifted. Rote learning should be into critical thinking. So critical thinking is totally problem-based. So we have to analyze, we have to understand, we have to evaluate, and then we need to create. And this for creation, we need someone's help. So what that thing can help us is the technology only. So hoping that I fulfilled all those things. So teachers training is very, very important. Now you cannot say that teachers are 24 hours busy. Everyone is 24 hours busy. Even students are 24 hours busy in their mobile. So we have to channelize their energy. We have to give them the right direction, how you can use this technology for your betterment. Because everything is good as well as bad also. Everything is having pros and cons, and then same way, it is depending on the user to who is going to tell that how you have to use the technology. Obviously, an educationist has to tell, and for which every teacher has to undergo for a rigorous training. You have to have a workshop, conference, and this is a very nice that Q&I has taken this initiative. So I appreciate Q&I, and thank you very much to every one of you listening me patiently. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for sharing those thoughts, your ideas. And one important thing that I've managed to pick is that it really depends on the user to use it thoughtfully. Before we end the panel discussion, there's a thought I would like to leave our audience and our panelists with. There's a 1999 study called Hole in the Wall Experiment, where students in a Delhi slum area, without any prior knowledge of English or computers, taught themselves how to use the internet in 4 hours and learned how to use computer in just 4 hours with very less resources. This is in the year 1999. One of the major takeaways of this experiment was that what mattered when these students had the tools is the decision they made. And what inspired that decision was the value system with which they were brought up in the school. And they used technology for the betterment despite having, there are always 2 options, multiple options. It can either go right or wrong. But they chose, and these were really young kids, chose to use it responsibly, effectively, and taught themselves. I think that is the whole point that we're trying to drive home. Technology is here to stay, here to revolutionize our classrooms. It really depends on the entire ecosystem that is built with leaders like you all to ensure that students are making the best use of it. So thank you to our panelists for such an engaging discussion. If I may just hold you all for some time. Our audience has been very patient and quite engaged and interactive as well. So I would love to take this opportunity to open the forum now and maybe take a couple of questions that you all would like to ask any of our panelists. Any questions around the topic that you all would like to ask our panelists. We would like to now open the discussion to you all. I'm going to request my team to kindly be available with the mics to help our team members here, our audience here. All right. So, yes, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. One of the panelists, esteemed panelists actually, said that technology is good. Yeah, we also agree technology is good. And somebody suggested here actually among you, we need to monitor the teens, like the kids actually. The kids, while we are providing them with some tool or the technology thing, is it possible to monitor the kids 24 hours, that to teens, a student of class 8, 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, we can't stay with them whole day. How could we solve or resolve these things actually? Nowadays, like as a mother, I also feel like my child is in class 12. So if I want to give him some technology thing, we are giving actually. During these 24 hours, 3-4 hours, they are spending with like their own things in technology. How to monitor these kids? So is there any remedy, if you people can? Thank you.
So just, may I please, yes sir, please. I would request sir to.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Vinay Singh. I just take this liberty to share a few things with you all. I know it's a concern. I'm a parent too. But technology always comes with an answer for every threat you can imagine. All you have to do, or all we have to do, is make our children aware of it. The first thing that we may like to, as you all, you are responsible for actually teaching the whole world. Do not confine yourself to this setup or your own schools. Whatever happens today in the world, or whatever has happened today in the world, you are responsible for it. I think you take very little credit for whatever you have been responsible for so far in the world. Take aviation. I mean, who are these people who made these machines fly? You. People like you. The medical science. Who made these doctors? The engineers. Who made them engineers? You did that. So let's not confine ourselves to just the little things that we are talking about right now. Let's not
be short-sighted about what you are responsible for and do not take so less credit. The first thing that I really want to answer your madam, every technology has a way to monitor everything. The first thing first is, even when you are not using your phone is listening to you. Every little sentence you speak, even when the phone is not in use, your phone is listening to every little thing you talk. Now, this is not to be scary about. Yeah, we don't have to get scared about it. We just have to realize that. So maybe it may not hurt us too much to have a class in your school, in your schools, just to make our children aware, how does this technology work? Whatever little they will go and see in the internet, they leave a footprint, which means the technology is already recording. What did you read? What did you write? What did you see? So deleting it from your device does not delete it from the web. The footprint remains there. Now, not to scare people here, if we can make our children aware of the fact that whatever you do in the internet, there's a copy of it, and that will remain forever. Now, there could be a time, say 10 years or 25 years from now, not even that much, I would say, maybe 5 years from now, technology will use, or maybe the corporates, the governments may use to extract your personal data to know you before they call you for an interview. Now, when I say you, that means I mean the children. So we need to make them aware कि जो आज आप इंटरनेट पे देख रहे हैं बच्चे, उसकी एक कॉपी इंटरनेट पे मौजूद रहेगी सदा के लिए. और एक ऐसा टाइम आ सकता है, और मैं तो यकीन के साथ कह सकता हूँ कि जरूर ही आने वाला है, जब कॉर्पोरेशंस या गवर्नमेंट्स आपको आपके मिलने से पहले ही जान चुका होगा, आपके बिहेवियर को, आपकी थॉट को, आपकी नॉलेज को, आपकी आदतों को, हर चीज को. तो आप अपने आप को या अपनी उस आइडेंटिटी को डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में रोज छोड़ रहे हैं. अब ये आपके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि आप कैसा दिखना चाहते हैं. Absolutely. अब this is our responsibility as teachers, as parents. और अगर ये छोटी सी बात हम थोड़ी सी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के साथ करना शुरू कर दें, तो मैं यकीन के साथ कह सकता हूँ बहुत कम ऐसे बच्चे होंगे जो ये कहेंगे जो होना है होने दो, मैं तो जो करना चाहता हूँ वही करूँगा. Not really. Absolutely. Yeah, the numbers will reduce because they will be aware of it. You may not be able to eliminate it, but you may probably bring them down to a manageable level that they are aware that whatever little I'm doing on the internet, there's a footprint, and I am going to be responsible for what I'm doing today. Somebody will come and tell me that. That's one thing that I just wanted to share with you. The second thing is, if I may, sir, मैं आपका इजराइल के आंसर को थोड़ा और आगे बढ़ाना चाहता हूँ. देखिए, हर दोनों चीज का, I mean, there's a pros and cons of everything that we have around us in life. इजराइल आज के डेट में सिर्फ वार के लिए ही जाना जा रहा है. इंटरेस्टिंग सी बात है, आज ही मैंने एक छोटी सी चीज.
Interrupt you. Israel is not only known for the war. If you go through, then you will come to know it, that how many Nobel Prize so far distributed, how many Israel backed that Nobel Prize.
Absolutely, absolutely. And today, the most interesting thing, बड़ी मजेदार सी एक बात है जो अजीब सा सुनाई देगा हम सभी को, लेकिन ये फैक्ट है. हमने सबने प्रिंटिंग का शब्द तो जरूरी सुना होगा. ये सभी चीज़ें प्रिंट करके ही यहाँ पे आए हैं, लेकिन वो प्रिंटिंग सिर्फ इंक और पेपर या इंक और सबस्ट्रेट के लिए कन्फाइंड नहीं रह गया है. अब हम सब्सटेंस प्रिंट करने लग पड़े हैं, और वो सब्सटेंस ईटेबल है. मैंने आज या कल ही एक बहुत ऑथेंटिक, व्हाट्सएप वाला नहीं, ऑथेंटिक रिसर्च पेपर पढ़ा है जिसमें इजराइल के साइंटिस्ट्स ने फूड प्रिंट करने लग पड़े हैं. दे कैन प्रिंट फिश, रियल फिश, और मूव नहीं करता है पानी में, लेकिन सारे फिश के जो बायोलॉजिकल इंग्रेडिएंट्स होते हैं वो फिश में होगा. So you don't necessarily have to kill a fish to eat it anymore. So people who are vegetarian, strictly vegetarian here, please go and read this particular piece of research. So I'm not talking some nonsense. I'm a responsible person, and I would like to share with you whatever is responsible. So the point I'm trying to make here is, ab wo din nahi rahi
Hello,
gaya.
sir. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Sure.
I have been fortunate enough to visit Israel.
Sure.
And my experience was altogether very different.
Sure.
Because we met with the education consulate there and finance minister and a lot of people, because I went as a delegation there.
Sure.
There I have seen that the students who pass class 12th, everybody wants to come to India.
Sure.
Because they are under so much stress. And each and every person are all the time on the toe, because it is a war-stricken country.
Absolutely.
I have not experienced or seen a single sign of happiness.
Certainly.
Everybody was under stress. They were threatened. They were not allowing any of the tourists to take the pic of any of the child. So these are the repercussions for all this.
Madam,
so please,
I completely agree with
yeah.
what you are saying, but that's a different perspective to what they have
it's a
as their
perspective.
life.
What I'm saying,
Right.
their education, they were saying that we are very happy with the India, because we are having very good diplomatic relationship with Israel. They are technically very advanced, no doubt about it. They are one of the bravest people.
Absolutely.
That also, no doubt. But for their survival, the whole generation is getting sacrificed, and especially the children.
Which is a pity.
So,
which is a pity. Which is a problem that they have.
Yeah,
they are born with that problem.
That I
they are born with that problem. They didn't have their own land for ages. So they have been given a land that was kind of, they call it the promised land. God promised them that you'll have your own land.
And the kids are saying that we don't want to get into all this, into the trap of this war. It is compulsory for them to serve.
Cycle. It's a vicious cycle, madam. It's a survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
The point over here is...
So when I compared this, I found myself very fortunate to be in India.
No.
Born in
See,
India.
we are not comparing...
My children are very blessed.
We are not comparing whether we are fortunate or they are less fortunate. We are just trying to look at what the realities is. Right? The reality is they are in a zone, in an area, where 24/7 they have to live with a threat. Right? Not that they have chosen to be like that, because that is what it is. Right? So they have to. Now, there's one more thing, madam.
Sir,
sure.
Sorry to interrupt. I read one story, if you allow me, so I can sum up it within a minute of a time. And then the footprint you are talking about, you would get a right answer. I think it would be a right answer. So I feel to speak in Hindi so that it would go directly to your heart and soul. May I, ma'am? Sir?
Sure, please.
Okay. एक पिता के दो बच्चे, दो बेटे. बड़ा बहुत सीधा, मेहनती, छोटा उतना बदमाश. बड़े होने के बाद कंडीशन ये हुई कि बड़ा तो मेहनत करता, छोटे सारे पैसे लुटाता. तो बड़े ने कहा कि पिताजी ऐसा काम नहीं चलेगा, आप संपत्ति का बंटवारा कर दें, वो अपनी संपत्ति लेके चाहे जो करना चाहे करे, हम अपनी संपत्ति के साथ चाहे जो करना चाहे करे. बंटवारा होने के बाद छोटा बेटा सोचा कि गांव में तो कुछ मौज मस्ती का है नहीं, शहर चला जाए. शहर जाके उसने सारी संपत्ति लुटा दी. वो तो होना ही था. जब पिता को मालूम चला कि वो भीख मांग रहा है, तो उसे बहुत दुख हुआ. उन्होंने मैसेज दिया कि आ जाओ बेटा, यहाँ इतने सारे नौकर हैं, पलते हैं, तुम भी पल जाओगे, आ जाओ. पिता का संदेश मिला, बेटा वापस आने लगा. तो पिता खुश हो के उसके लिए घर सजाए, बैंड बाजे लगाए. और बड़ा बेटा उस समय धूप में खेत में काम कर रहा था. तो उसे किसी ने खबर दिया कि तुम्हारे पिता ने कभी तुम्हारे लिए बैंड बाजा नहीं बजाया. आज वो वापस लौट रहा है, तो उसके स्वागत में इतने अच्छे भोजन तैयार हो रहे हैं, उसके लिए बैंड बाजे तैयार हो रहे हैं, उसके लिए घर द्वार सजे हुए हैं. तो ये तो बहुत बड़ा अन्याय है. वो अपने पिता से बोलता है कि पिता ये तो अन्याय है, ऐसा क्यों? तो पिता बोलता है तुम तो मेरे पास है. वो भटक गया था, वो आ रहा है तो उसका स्वागत होना चाहिए. जब तक भटकोगे नहीं, तब तक कुछ पाओगे नहीं। तू तो थोथा गणेश है, यहीं रह गया, कुछ नहीं सीखा। उसने गंवा के दुनिया सीखी है, उसने दुनिया देखा है, दुनिया के साथ डील करना देखा है, तो उसे ये पता। स्वागत भगवान उसी का स्वागत करते हैं जो दूर भटक जाता है और वापस आता है। तो टेक्नोलॉजी भी वही है सर। इफ़ यू नो हाउ टू यूज इट, unless the child go into the depth of the technology, what is the misuse and uses of the technology, otherwise you are knowing very well about the digital arrest. And now in these days it is trending a lot. So this story says that you leave them free, monitor and ask them to use. Forget about the footprint, what is living in the internet world. Nobody is there to watch. किसके पास इतना time है? Though the technology will be bringing, and then you will be choosing he is the right person who has done everything. He has the knowledge of everything, good and bad. So he can bring some revolutionary change in the technology because he knows. So this is very important that he knows or he does not know. So when he uses, then only he knows what is good and what is bad. So it should not be a kind of a threatening for the people that if you misuse, then your footprint will be in the internet world, and one day it will again come to face you. So you should not use in this way. Use it. What will happen? You just live on the God, and definitely the day will come and you will be in the top position because you know how to utilize the technology for getting the work done. Ultimately, what the solution? I said the entire critical thinking is revolving around the problem solving skill. And you know the problem, then only you can solve the problem. Yeah. Right? So, unless or until you know the problem, then only you can solve the problem. So, let them create the problem, then only they will understand how to solve it. Okay, I think this is
sure, sir.
What I want to convey.
Appreciate, right. Whatever we have learned from sir and everyone else here, is definitely enlightening. It's our choice to go the way we all feel that is essential or could be helpful for all of us. Please.
Good evening. I'm Sonia Kumar, DPS Principal, Vikas Nagar. Just to, everybody's given very good insights, but I'd just like to get back to ma'am's question, which was how we can monitor. So, we've talked about footprints and making everybody aware, but there are organizations now who are coming to schools where there is an app the parents can have at home which can monitor what they're watching on their phone. So, you can have those workshops in school and get that for schools as well, where you can actually monitor what your child is watching, because as ma'am said, 24/7 we cannot keep an eye. So that is very, very helpful because we are planning to go ahead within our school and educate the parents about it and go ahead with that tracking system where you can see how many hours, how many minutes, and what they have been actually watching on the phone or on their computer. Secondly is that, of course, you can lock certain or block certain channels which you feel the child may not watch at home. And secondly, I'd like to just give an opinion about the discussion we've had on technology is, we've talked it as a tool, and practically, because I worked in an international school, we've used technology to assist children who have, challenges. So the ones who've been, who cannot write, perhaps they're dyslexic, or, they have other challenges, so you can use technology in classrooms to aid your students. So both ways, it's a boon. Yes, it can be a bane if not watched properly. So I hope I've been able to answer the question which ma'am had. Thank you very much.
So thank you for sharing your thoughts, ma'am. And sir, thank you for sharing your thoughts as well. That's our Executive Director and CEO who's graced the event with his presence. So your thoughts have resonated with a lot of school leaders here today. And ma'am, thank you to you as well.
I come to a gathering like this, I become so younger because I still feel I'm a student here and I'm here to learn from all of you. And that is one thing that we cannot, absolutely. And this is what brings me here all the time, that I need to learn a lot more than I already know. Yeah, absolutely. And I would really urge that the little thing that I saw today, or yesterday, I guess, about technology is something very intriguing, something which maybe the world will see soon enough. And madam, I completely understand and resonate with whatever you said about a particular country, but I'm not going into the detail of what that country has as a challenge. वो ऐसी जगह पे situated है जहाँ desert ही desert है, उनके उगाने के लिए ज़मीन नहीं है, खाने की problems होते हैं, तो उन्होंने aquaponic, whatever तकनीक बनाया है agriculture के लिए कि वो पानी में ही सब कुछ उगा लेते हैं. Right, so that's their need. So they're kind of manufacturing food. Right? That's a requirement for them. हमारे पास बहुत abundance ज़मीन है तो हम अपना organic खेती कर लेते हैं, उनके पास नहीं है तो पानी में उगा लेते हैं. So that's what we are trying to kind of share with you all. Thank you very much for your insightful questions, answers, and whatever you shared with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Just one last question we would like to take if anybody from the audience wants to. Yes, please. Please give sir a mic. Yes, sir, please.
Very good evening to all of you. I want to ask a question. Who is the responsible for misuse of techniques? The students who are misusing the technology, who is the responsible? Whether teacher or the parents? Teachers means?
Sure. Sajal sir would like to take this question.
How can we improve? How can we improve this?
And that would not fetch any result as well. Sir, you see the advertisements today, you see the movies today. Not today, it's from the time when we had been growing up. So movies, when there is something, there is nudity or obscenity, the so-called social workers or the people who are saying that they are the ones who are responsible for, ethics and values of the society, they blame the movies. Okay, and on the other hand, the movie makers say they have picked it up from the society. So it becomes a blame game, and then in fact we would say we all are responsible, as ma'am said. Together.
So Sajal sir, your thoughts?
Yes, sir. The responsibility of everyone. टेक्नोलॉजी की बात 1 घंटे से हो रही है. I will speak crisp, clear, and sorry if I will hurt anybody's sentiment. Sorry for that. And I respect everyone, what everybody has said, I respect it. टेक्नोलॉजी की बात हम सब कर रहे हैं और हम ये भी कह रहे हैं कि टेक्नोलॉजी के हार्म्स भी हैं. करेक्ट? और क्या हार्म्स की बात आप कर रहे हैं वो मुझे भी पता है और वो आपको भी पता है. अंडरस्टूड? बट वो क्वेश्चन अराइज कहां से हो रहा है? क्या हमने देखा कि वो क्वेश्चन आया कहां से? हम अपने बच्चों के साथ कितनी चीजें डिस्कस करते हैं. आप घर से बाहर आए, आपने कहा बेटा आप घर पे अकेले हो तो घर को लॉक करके रखना, नहीं तो क्या हो जाएगी? चोरी हो जाएगी, कोई अंदर आ जाएगा. क्यों बताया? जब बच्चा अपनी ग्रोइंग एज में है हमें उसे सिखाना पड़ेगा. सोसाइटी में आज भी इफ वन गर्ल एंड बॉय आर गोइंग टुगेदर, people say they must be girlfriend boyfriend or something like that. It can be sister and brother also. तो साइकोलॉजी हमें और जितने एडल्ट्स हैं सबको चेंज करनी पड़ेगी, तभी इसका सॉल्यूशन मिलेगा. टेक्नोलॉजी को हम फुल स्टॉप नहीं कर सकते हैं क्योंकि डे बाय डे इन्वेंशंस आर हैपनिंग. आप यूट्यूब खोलो, एक 3 साल का बच्चा है जिसके हाथ में मम्मी ने फोन दिया है, बेटा तू खाना खा फोन देखकर. यू डोंट नो इन अ सेकेंड उस फोन में उस क्या आ सकता है एडवर्टीजमेंट. हमें नहीं पता क्या आ जाएगा. आपने टीवी ऑन करा है, यू आर वॉचिंग सम मूवी सीरियल, एनीथिंग कुड बी कम. हमें बीइंग अ टीचर, बीइंग अ पेरेंट और बीइंग अ एडल्ट, वी ऑल हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड आवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फर्स्ट. Second, we have to talk. अगर हम बात नहीं करेंगे, बच्चों को अवेयर नहीं करेंगे, तो उनके लिए वो छोटे हैं, हमसे तो बहुत डिफरेंस एज में होंगे, तो उनके लिए वो नया वर्ल्ड है. वो एक्सप्लोर करेंगे, वो करते जाएंगे जब तक उन्हें सही आंसर नहीं मिलेगा. वन एडवर्टीजमेंट आई एम वॉचिंग, जिलेट का एडवर्टीजमेंट था, सॉरी आई हैव टेकन द नेम. हाँ, वन एडवर्टीजमेंट ऑफ शेविंग क्रीम इज देयर. तो अब बॉय वो शेव कर रहा है, ठीक है, वो शेव कर रहा है, तो वो मम्मी से पूछता है कि शेव कैसे करनी है, ऐसे करूं या ऐसे करूं, अपवर्ड या फ्रॉम डाउनवर्ड्स. तो उसके डैड कहते हैं कम, मैं तुम्हें सिखाऊंगा कैसे करते हैं. घर में बच्चा जिसके साथ कंफर्टेबल है, दैट पेरेंट गार्डियन हैज टू स्पीक, दे हैव टू गिव देम द नॉलेज. अगर आपके बच्चे को बाहर से नॉलेज किस तरीके से मिलेगी, डिफरेंस है. यहां बाहर के छोले भटूरे खा रहे हैं हम, कौन सा ऑयल है, और घर के छोले भटूरों में कौन सा ऑयल है, इट हैज अ डिफरेंस. तो बाहर का इंसान क्या नॉलेज देगा और आप क्या नॉलेज दोगे, उसमें बहुत डिफरेंस है. तो मैम का जो क्वेश्चन था बहुत अच्छा था. और मेरा जो, मैम व्हाट्स योर गुड नेम, अनीता मैम, बट उसका जो आंसर सबने बहुत अच्छा था, बट मेरे अकॉर्डिंग वो मुझे ठीक नहीं लगा. तो दैट आई रिक्वेस्टेड मैम कि आई वांट टू स्पीक. तो मैम का आंसर था कि हम बच्चों को अवेयर कैसे करें. ऑब्वियस आप 24/7 चेक नहीं कर सकते हो, आपके पास इतना टाइम नहीं. नाउअडेज एवरी पेरेंट इज वर्किंग, मदर ऑल्सो, फादर ऑल्सो. वी हैव टू टीच देम रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज, वी हैव टू टीच देम ड्यूटीज, और सबसे मेन बेसिक, वी हैव टू टीच देम संस्कार. अगर एक बच्चे में मॉरल एटिकेट्स हैं, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हैं, संस्कार हैं, और आप अपने बच्चे से 15 मिनट, आधा घंटा, 1 घंटा डिस्कस करते हो उसके पूरे डे का सिनेरियो, तो डेफिनेटली यू विल नॉट गेट दीज काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स. इफ योर चाइल्ड इज गोइंग विद दीज काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स, तो इट मीन्स आपका और आपके बच्चे का कहीं ना कहीं गैप है, और उसको आपको भरना बहुत जरूरी है. देन ओनली यू विल गेट व्हाट यू वांट, अदरवाइज you will only knock the doors for the answers. Thank you. Yeah. Ma'am, see, for example, I will give it. For example, you're living in one society, right? In your society, 50 people are there. Out of there, 45 are educated. 5 are not. They're unaware. They did. नहीं है. हाँ. Same.
So, sir, ma'am, I'm gonna.
No, actually, I always say this to my parents. Just one.
Ma'am, please. So, I am really appreciating everybody sharing their thoughts, but I'm gonna respect everyone's time. Yes,
so sorry.
Yes.
We are so sorry.
But thank you. I do not mean to cut it short. We do have a segment later on where we will get an opportunity to speak to each and every one. I will ensure we all take this up once again. But meanwhile, I'm going to request that we bring it to a conclusion. So thank you so much. A big thank you to our panelists and to our audience. You all have been very patient, and thank you for sharing your thoughts. Just a last thought. We all believe that technology can revolutionize education. And as long as leaders and educators like y'all stand at the helm of affairs, we believe that the future is very bright. So thank you for being here with us today. Thank you so much, sir. And with that, let's call it a wrap. Thank you. I'm going to request everyone to kindly remain seated. We have another segment coming up. Once again, thank you to everyone. Now we are, school leaders, I'm going to request all of you all to kindly remain seated. Thank you so much. Now we are excited to move into a segment that speaks directly to the heart of innovation and progress in education. At Q&I, we believe in the power of personalization and the transformative impact of adaptive learning. Q&I is a bridge that connects students to their fullest potential. That creates an environment for every student where they can thrive, regardless of their starting point. In a world where technology is shaping every aspect of our lives, education cannot afford to stand still. The next segment is a presentation on the Q&I story and the change that we're trying to bring. So I invite you all to not just listen, but to envision how this approach can transform classrooms, ignite curiosity, and truly empower every student to take control of their learning journeys. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Anurag Chandra, who's the head of product and business operations at Q&I Today. But before I hand over the stage to Mr. Chandra, here's a little bit about him. Mr. Chandra is the head of product and business operations at Q&I and is an alumnus of IIT Kanpur with around 20 years of experience in the education space. He has authored several academic books for JEE and a bestseller fiction titled The Ramayana Secret. He comes with comprehensive experience in several top edtech companies in different roles in content, product, and business. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Chandra. We look forward to hearing you. The stage is all yours. Can you please have someone give Mr. Chandra a mic?
Am I audible? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. All right. Over to you, Anurag.
Good evening, educators and school leaders. Thank you for taking time out today from your busy schedules and participating in the enriching debate that we had, the discussion that we had on technology and leveraging its usage in education. And it's always very heartening to see both sides of the debate, where we have people understanding how technology brings in the benefits and also talking at the same time about the things that we need to keep in check so that it is used in the best possible manner. As a technology company, we are also completely devoted to that, and listening to some of the thoughts that were being expressed, we also have been trying to come up with solutions to actually solve for some of the problems or some of the concerns that were raised during the discussion that we had on the usage of technology. I'm here to talk about Q&I. Q&I, the program offerings and the technology intervention that we have tried to build in for the schools, for the students, and we are going to spend the next 15-20 minutes talking about that. What I'll do is I'll just give you a brief overview of what we are doing and the thought process behind coming up with the solution that we have. And then we will have open the discussion forum to take your questions as well, and post the presentation, we'll be very glad to take your individual suggestions, your individual requirements, and then discuss them one-on-one as well. Q&I, before talking about Q&I, let me give you a very brief background of where we come from. We come from the larger India Today umbrella group of companies. And within the larger India Today group of companies, where we have big media houses, we have educational institutions, we come from Thomson Digital. Thomson Digital has been into the space of providing content and technology solutions to global scientific, technical, medical, and educational publishers across the world. We have a real global presence. We have offices. We operate out of America, Europe, Mauritius, and we also have a few centers over here in India across the country. And we are providing services to these educational publishers for the last 50 years. Almost 50 years we have been serving them. While most of the work that we have been doing in this domain, where we have been catering to sensitive content, journals, and scientific content, we started to think of doing something for the Indian students, for the Indian education space. Around 5 years back, we began with a research on what are the things that we can get into, because 5 years back, EdTech was the in thing. There were several players who were coming the market, coming up with diverse solutions, and we did not want to be one amongst them. We did not want to be one amongst the hundreds that were already flocking the market. And that's why we took another couple of years to understand where the intervention should be. The easiest thing for us was to come and think of a solution for the end user, which was the student. Develop something for the student and give it to them. But we realized during the course of our research that students by themselves at that tender age, we were looking at the K-12 market space, essentially grades 8 to 12 space. And we felt that at that stage, children given that complete freedom on online programs did not reap the required results. It was solving some of the problems, but not providing them the outcomes that they were intending to. And the reason that we felt after the discussions with various stakeholders, the school leaders, parents, students, everybody, we figured that one key element that was missing here was the guided learning approach that is required at that age to make the students succeed. Technology can be an enabler. It can reinforce what the teachers, what the schools provide to improve the learning outcomes. And that is where we try to build the solution. So for us, basis the research that we did, we definitely felt that technology had a role to play in providing the right kind of a solution to help improve the learning of the children. But we also realized that it had to come through the teachers at school. Now, when we thought that this is how we are going to go ahead, we also figured out that in addition to the school, there were several after-school programs, essentially in the 11th and 12th market space, where there are several after-school programs that were also very successful. After-school programs that are focused on competitions, they are focused on standardized assessments, they are focused on providing a mix of star teachers and regular teachers that they showcase, and they have a track record to prove, essentially in the competition results. While we already have a school system which is working on the holistic development of the child, focused on the board results, probably catering to the similar curriculum, similar syllabus that these children prepare for, we also felt that the schools provided a very sanitized and safe environment for the children to deliver their optimum best. Now the question was, why are the students still leaving the fold of the schools at that stage? Not all, but almost 20% of the students who leave the regular schooling post class 10 do so because they have to prepare for these competitive examinations, which is a significant number if you look at what was the percent of the syllabus that is asked in these examinations was being catered to by the school, and the students have been into that fold for the last 10-12 years. Why do they choose to leave for the last 2 years, maybe move cities as well? That was because although both of them were solving some of the objectives, but the demand was something else. There was something that the school's mandate was not there. The school's mandate is not to prepare and make you succeed in competitive examinations, right? But if we can enable, if we can help out and provide that extra, which combined with what the school is already offering, probably we have a solution at hand. Probably what we can do is prevent these students from facing the academic overload that they face. Despite having the same syllabus, they have to learn things twice. And that's where the academic load comes in. That's where parents have to spend a lot more than they should to actually prepare for these examinations. So this was the problem. The problem was that we were getting a competing program that was disconnected from the school. We were getting a one-size-fits-all approach. A lot of these after-school programs will have students crammed in a place. Just last year, probably this year only, there were cases in different places about this, operating in very cramped spaces. School minimum requirement is to have 1 acre of land, have spaces where the children can go play, interact. These spaces are not like that. They are in very cramped places. The teachers probably teaching there are problem solvers. They are able to solve problems. They are not trained to be teachers. And they were having like 50 and 100 students in one place, no personalization, everybody getting the same learning, which made sure that only 10%, probably 5 or 10% of the students who actually are good at the studies, they were gaining out of it, while the rest of the 80-90% faltered and missed out on the opportunity. They became very underconfident of what they could be, and they lost on a lot of opportunities. What is needed probably is to have a complementing school education program. A program that complements what the school is doing, fills in the gaps that are there to help the students align themselves for these examinations, the competitions, and prepare and build upon their foundational skills. So that is probably one of the needs. Focus on individual students. With the power of technology, it is now quite easy to personalize learning at a child's level. Even though the common classroom teaching can still happen, but right after that teaching, the way you give the homework, the way you take the assessments, the way you conduct the remedial actions, the way you provide the feedback and recommendations can be highly personalized. So that probably is the need of the hour. We had been discussing about the usage and the goods and the bads of the technology, and we were probably limiting ourselves to the usage of technology on the websites and the internet only. We were not looking at how we can, as educators or as people who are providing solutions for the students, can use the data to create feedback and recommendations that are aligned to that student. And that is one usage of technology that has no side effects, that has no drawbacks, that there is always that positive in what it gives us to channelize it in a positive manner for the child. So getting that individual student focus is easily possible and needed as of now. And the third thing is very critical, is to provide a safe and secured environment. Best performance comes when I am in an environment that is familiar to me, not when I suddenly choose to go and interact with hundreds of students who I don't know. So my best will come when I am at my place, when I'm feeling safe, and I'm not overloaded with teaching and content. So this was the need of the hour, and that is where the solution Q&I was envisioned and brought to life. Q&I comes in with a program that works completely in collaboration with the school. So we'll talk about the whole solution. We do not exist without the school. So we have a place and the school has a place, and we together work to create a solution that is seamlessly integrated within the academic calendar of the school. The solution offering that we are giving to the students of grades 8 to 12 is to train them, build upon their learning skills, train them for the specific competitive examinations that they have in mind, chiefly the JEE, the NEET, CUET, and also the board. So these are the exams that we are catering to, but we are not a coaching center. We do not open a center in Dehradun and ask students to come in there. We work completely in alignment with the school during the school hours. Together, we formulate an academic calendar. So that is what I mean by a seamlessly integrated learning program, and I'm not referring to a dummy school program where the students enroll in a particular school and then go ahead and take the instruction in a separate place. So that integrated learning program works within the school, prepares the students for these examinations, and there are various models of doing it. One where we take charge of preparing them, the other where we work in collaboration with the school teachers to build an ecosystem where the children can deliver. The second aspect of the solution is personalized attention. Q&I, in addition to the instruction that we impart through the master experts, the teachers that we have, and also with the help of the school teachers that we are already having, we also have a uniquely crafted, personalized, adaptive learning platform. What it does is, it takes in the insights from every single question that the child practices on the platform as part of the program. Every day when they have a concept class, they go back home, do the practice on the platform, and that is where we start to get insights on their performance. And Q&I crafts a unique learning journey for every child. The vision for us when we were designing the Q&I platform was to create a Google Maps for learning. Just like we use, despite knowing where we have to go, how much time it takes, or where the distance, or what the way is, we still put it on the Google Maps. We put from where we start, where we have to go, because we want to find the best route. We want to find out if there are some traffic jams in between. So these are things that we want to be aware of. Similar to that, when a child comes on the Q&I platform on any day, they have a particular goal in mind. They have a particular exam in mind. So that destination is defined, and Q&I, with the help of data that it gains from the practice that the children do, we are able to craft a unique learning journey. So that's the personalized attention that we give. Since it works within the school, we cater to the provisioning of safe and secured environment. It's not a center that we operate. And the kind of feedback and recommendations that we give, the kind of dashboards and reports that we generate, enables the school also to understand where their students are and take other corrective actions. So lots of these weekly tests, monthly tests that are taken on the platform, and that reduces a lot of administrative burden that the teachers currently face, so that they can dedicate more time on teaching and working on their individual students. While we are coming up with this solution, there are clear takeaways. So when we work with a school, to understand your academic calendar, align it, there are a couple of things that we keep in mind as the key success metrics of the program. Immediately after the implementation of the program, it should lead to improved results. And we do not have to wait for a year or two to figure that out, because the platform enables you to get real-time data. So right from the day we start, within a week or two, you will be able to gauge how the students are faring, how they are improving, and hence the improved results, you do not have to wait for a long time. The adoption of technology, again, as I said, there are multiple solutions out there in the market, a lot of them catering to the students. But what differentiates Q&I is that we work on a solution that is going to the students through the teachers. So there is a guided learning mechanism. The usage of technology is guided. And that is where we differentiate ourselves. Some of you also talked about apps being available on mobile to actually monitor the activities of the child. We have already implemented it in the platform that we have built. The platform practice that the children are doing on the device, we are very happy to provide those devices to the students, to the schools, where nothing other than the Q&I app and the tutoring app that we have is accessible. And there is a folder where only the teachers can put in the learning resources. Only that is accessible. Besides that, because we have smart students now, smart children now, they are also able to hack things, figure out a way to figure out a workaround those. So we have an admin console which monitors and tracks what if there is a breach in the system. So that is from the security perspective. When they come on the platform, how much time is the child spending on each of the topics, or what subjects, how much time are they doing it at an optimum level, is also tracked and reported to the school. So in a way, we are devising a system which is foolproof. Obviously, there will be scopes of improvement that we will work around with you, we'll talk with you, understand your requirements, but that is something that we have already taken care of. So the technology that we are coming up with works in sync with school and takes care of the safety, security, consideration of the child. And that's not just for the saying. I told you Thomson Digital has been into the space of providing these solutions to the global educational publishers. And there the requirement of data security is very high. So we have n number of the certifications that are needed on data security that we have already taken care of. So as a company, we are very sensitive about that. That was the solution that we talked about, was at a very granular level on what we are focusing on. Now coming to the implementation of the solution within the school, this is the cycle that we follow, which we call the Q&I's learning cycle. When the children come into the system, the Q&I learning system, the first thing that they have to go through is a diagnostic test. Just as a patient would visit a doctor, first get diagnosed and then the medicines are provided or recommended to them. Similar to that, we have the students coming into the system taking a diagnostic test. When they take a diagnostic test, we are able to figure out their pre-grade, prerequisite skills, the learning skills that are needed to bring them at par before we actually begin the regular program. After identifying the gaps, we are able to create homogeneous groups of students and conduct these bridge courses before we actually begin the regular teaching program for their respective grades. For example, if a child comes in grade 10, we take a diagnostic test and figure out what are the shortcomings, what are the gaps in grade 9, create homogeneous sets of students, and then give them a very, very focused bridge course. After the bridge course, we begin the regular learning program. Now, the regular learning program for these competitions and for the foundation grades, which are 8, 9, and 10, happens in two modes. One is the on-site mode, where our teachers would physically be available in the school 6 days a week, and they will align themselves completely to the school calendar. They'll be present in the school hours, during the school hours, and 2 or 3 hours beyond that to provide that individual support to the students. So the teachers are going to be a part of your system in a sense, and they are going to give attention and learning to these students. So 6 days a week, they stay there the entire academic year, and they take care of their complete maths and science grade preparation for 11th and 12th. For 8, 9, and 10, we offer maths, science, and social science. We are working on other subjects as well. As and when they come, we will be updating the school leaders about the same. The learning happens in the on-site mode in that manner where the teachers are stationed. The second model is the hybrid model. Now, in this hybrid model, the Q&I teachers are available in studios taking live classes in a two-teacher model. So there will be one teacher who is teaching live in the classes on a smart board, and there will be another teacher sitting on the chat box to cater to the doubts and the questions that the children are facing, and also to monitor the communication between the students during these classes, because that also is a very critical thing. You need to monitor that as well. So you have a two-teacher model. One may argue that this is still an online system, but we are calling it a hybrid system. Why? Because this is not the complete picture. Our teachers are teaching in the studios, but before we begin the program, there is a comprehensive understanding and collaboration to come in sync with the school teachers at school. So before we begin this program, there's a comprehensive training on the resources, the usage of the platform, and everything, understanding of the clear roles and responsibilities of the Q&I experts and the school teachers to devise a way where the school teachers will be present in the class. So these hybrid classes will be conducted during the school hours, where the smart boards will be placed, the students will be in the class, and the physical teacher will be. How we are going to instruct is something that we work out, customize it, based on the requirements of the school, but this is in principle how we work. So these are the two models. One, where our teachers are physically present 6 days a week throughout the academic year, and this offering is for grades 8 to 12. And the second is the hybrid system, where our teachers are stationed in the studios in Delhi, and you have the school teachers present in the classrooms, and we together work to impart the solution. Post the learning that happens in the class, the children go and practice, they do homework, they have their weekly, monthly module tests. These tests are taken on the Q&I platform that I just talked about. When you take the test, when you take the practice, there is a lot of analytics that we generate. Analytics that tells you about your strengths, weaknesses, your hurdles, what are the chapters that you need to focus on, what are the key areas basis the exam that you must do to succeed better. So all that analytics is provided. When the analytics is provided, we have a very good understanding of where the child is lacking, the topics, the concepts. Based on that, we are again able to create homogeneous groups of students. So suppose there is a chapter A, and there are 5 topics in that. And we have 10 students week in topic 1, 10 in topic 2, and 10 in topic 3. We create these homogeneous groups of students and cater to them in separate groups. So for every chapter, there will be multiple topics, and for every topic, we have 3 defined levels of basic, intermediate, and advanced. So we create 3 groups of students, and we provide them need-based tutorials. Need-based tutorials where it focuses only on covering the gaps or taking them to the next higher level for that particular topic and improving their proficiency. So this is how the whole learning cycle is completed. Begins with diagnosing, begins with bridging the gaps before we begin the learning. Learning is followed by the practice and assessment that happens on a platform that generates a lot of analytics. Basis the analytics, we are able to cover the gap areas by providing focused, need-based tutorials to them. And that is how we complete the whole learning loop. So I'll leave it at that because there's too much of content coming. Probably what we now need to do is understand your requirements, but because every school will have different number of students, different grades to cater to, and different programs that they might want to explore. So we will stop it at that and probably take it at an individual level. Now coming to the results or the kind of results that we have so far produced, we started last year. Last academic year was the first year when we went out into the market. We did not launch completely. We introduced the program in around 50 schools across the country. And we also did some pilot projects for the state governments because since it was a technology solution that was scalable, we also tried out some pilot schools with the government schools. The results for us was that around 5,000 students onboarded on the platform. Out of the students who appeared in JEE Main this year from our platform, the success percentage was 15%. 15% of the students appearing in JEE Main 2024 scored 90 percentile and above. When I talk about success percentage, it is the children scoring 90 percentile and above, which is much higher than the industry average of 4%. So within the limited time frame that we have operated so far, we have tasted that good success, and the success of the program is such that the highest percentile was also 99.93 percentile. Basis the understanding, basis the learning that we have come up with, now we are taking this program offering across the country. Even when I talk about across the country, we are still focusing on 40 cities and 2,000 schools this year. So for the academic year 25-26, our focus is on 40 cities, of which Dehradun is one. So we are here to introduce the program to you today. What follows this is connecting with you individually at your schools at your time of convenience. We will be again visiting the city post Diwali in the week starting 6th of November. So my team would be around in green t-shirts. I would encourage you to please interact. They would anyways be getting in touch with you. And we will be glad if you could provide 30 minutes of your time any of these days in November so that we can come to you, talk to you, understand your requirements, and then try to come up with a customized solution offering to you and see if we can explore some synergies as well. So that is the idea behind the presentation. These are some of the educator testimonials. We'll be sharing them again with you post the session as well. I would now like to open the forum because I spoke a lot about the different models and the different solutions that we are trying to come up with. You also might have experienced some such solutions or providers who are actually catering to this kind of need. So I would open the forum for that, and any questions are welcome. The cost. So, yes, ma'am? Absolutely. So quotation, so this, what I would say is it is definitely competitive, and for technology, yes sir. So for technology intervention, it brings down the cost quite a bit, but again, it depends on the number of students that we have. So we'll definitely work out a solution basis the strength that you have.
Sir.
Yes, yes, similar to SIP, but SIP in the sense that we align with the academic calendar of the school, and we also take help of the school.
I would like to ask one thing.
Yes.
Because, and thank you so much for enlightening us about this particular
Thank you,
technology and the learning way for the students. Sir, what is the time period? For example, if you want to take a student of maybe 10th, 11th or 12th, is it a one-year program, something you're talking about? Or maybe a student who is already now appearing for board exams, he's preparing for the board exams and very much, you know, wanting to get in into this IIT and all, IIT JEE Mains and all. So does the child still have some time to, you know, to probably, you know, get into this learning platform?
So one of the myths that is created about these competitive examinations is you need to prepare them from class 6th. A lot of after school programs start offering solutions from class 6th. Post 10th is the right time to begin, because once you are done with your foundational skills, once you're done with the foundation, 2 years program is sufficient for a student who is just moving out.
No, I understand. My particular question was, for example, a child who is already in class 12th and already preparing, maybe taking coaching from somewhere else also, and would like to do a self-assessment that where he stands today. So can you still help?
Yes.
Acha,
The
that's what.
beauty of the platform there is that you can begin from anywhere. So it's completely self-paced as well. So the models that we have brought in, they can directly come and start by taking the diagnostic, a 3-hour diagnostic test on the platform. The 3-hour diagnostic test bases the class 11th and 12th for JEE Main or NEET, whatever exam they are preparing. They will first hand get an understanding of what the gaps are, so that they can focus completely on those gaps right away. In addition to that, we have mock tests created, simulated mock tests that cater to the exact pattern. You have previous year question papers, chapter tests, adaptive as well as these standard tests basis the actual examination pattern and the difficulty levels. So all that is available. So the child can come in any time of the academic session and begin with a diagnostic test, figure out the gaps and start working on those. Right now. Right. Right.
Because the child would also like to understand where the child's preparations have taken him or her today, and where he stands, because it's a very difficult exam after.
Right. And not just providing them then input on what is the gap, also recommending what needs to be done is also a very important step. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sean Timms from the SP Global School in Roorkee. We all are going through probably the same situation. I was talking to a couple of principals prior to the beginning of the show. Tuitions have become a fad.
Yeah.
This would be a challenge. We are all facing the problem of the attendance of students in the classroom.
Right.
Moreover, these coaching centers are now begun to run during class hours. A student comes to class once a week. He's lost about what is done. This would be a challenge. Obviously, you bring in Q&I into the system. How do you plan to face this challenge to eradicate that problem that we are facing?
So we first begin with engaging with the parents and the students as well. So any solution, because it's not out there in the market, it will face the challenge, price sensitivity issues will come, and the recognition of these brands or the star teachers or these names that you're talking about. So what we begin with engaging with the parents and the students to start telling them about the benefits that the program carries. And the benefits start to figure out immediately once they start taking the diagnostic test, figuring out where the gaps are, and the moment they start working on it, using the platform to start working on it, the immediate effect shows in the way they are improving their proficiencies on that individual topic. So that is one way that we try to do. The second is, since we are working in tandem with the school, we have experienced that within the schooling system also, there are lots of parents who are forced to move the students to these coaching centers because of non-availability of any option within the school. So we first focus on those students, start to bring about a change with these students, and then let the other students catch up. So that is one of the ways that we go. Before beginning the program in March or April, the next 3-4 months is spent on engaging with the parents and the children and telling them and informing them, training them on how Q&I would benefit them. And the effect is directly visible because we are able to immediately provide that reports or the gaps and how they can show improvement. So that is one of the ways that we do it.
But there is no individual involvement. This has to be in totality with the entire class. Am I right? If you're talking about grade 8, 9 and 10 and go on to 11 and 12, there is no...
No, we do create specific sections. So there are both ways that the school can adopt this particular solution, where class 8 could have 100 students, but we can create a 30 student Q&I section to begin with. So that is also a model in which a lot of schools work.
Yes. Yes, the first part of it was quite clear in the sense that you see what worries us is in 8, 9, 10 the problem is not faced, but yes, the continuity that you talk about in bringing them up to grade 11.
Right.
The problem that we are facing a lot, many principals who notice the attendance of grade 11 and 12, they hardly show up nowadays.
Right.
And I've come to see, because we've just held a career fair in my school, and I had about 80 universities from all over the country and abroad in my school, to educate the parents about the importance of making proper career decisions and subject choices. But at the end of the day is, they go by what their peer group does, they go by what their parents want to do, where most of the time they are not properly informed. And hence they don't turn up to school.
Right.
Then when we look at big institutions like even IIT or IIM, looking at holistic education as well. So every student who cracks JEE need not necessarily come out, that successful, or doesn't even carry out,
Right.
cracking a good job somewhere else. So we have been trying to also hold a lot of counseling sessions with the parents in this regard, that the importance of students coming to school. And it's not that every center of coaching is that successful. So let's not get away from the fact that there's a lot of money making there as well.
Right.
So it's all right if it's money making, but there has to be some result orientation there too. So these are the problems that, we are all facing.
Absolutely.
And we need to get to the bottom of it to see that every student, holistically gets educated and then achieves what they want to do in their lives, and they should be prepared for it, something that they like to do.
Right.
Because we all know everybody just talks about JEE and NEET, and that's the story ends there. Many students appear for a CUET and don't crack it. The question is why? And how are we going to get to the bottom of this?
Right. So one of the things that we do with the learning journey that we are crafting is to not wait till the end of the preparation journey where they take these exams and figure out that they're not able to achieve the success in these examinations. So one of the things that happens on the platform is right from the day one, they are able to get an assessment of where they are and what needs to be done to bring them to speed. If over a considerable period of time they are still not able to meet, probably a timely intervention can happen right then. Whether it is not focusing on that particular examination, choosing some other examination, or things like that could work out. Our experts would also be providing some career counseling workshops, but again, these are focused. So if you have a student who is still in the range of 40 or 50, where we feel that you have to be in the range of 80 to crack JEE mains or other exams, for that student who is in the range of 40, 50, we'll probably be able to focus and tell them the kind of colleges or the universities or the exams that they can focus on so that they can get success, rather than just keep on telling them that prepare more for these JEE main and you'll be able to make it through. So that learning journey that we have devised probably helps in individualizing that career counseling or the appropriateness of the colleges that they need to choose. But I understand that this is going to take time before the parents are going to understand, and that's why the solution works with the school. So we first have to align and then probably together go and bring about that change.
Sir, if I may just say one thing. What Sir's concern was to take the complete class together for preparation of such exams. But I personally feel, it may be just my opinion, because after all it is a competition, and it's a very, very tough competition. So we are not here to take the quantity with us, but it is the quality. Isn't it?
Right.
So quality means out of maybe students, around 100 students, there would be only 5 or 6 of them which will actually require your complete help, and that will take them to the success. So we rather would like to focus on only these 4 or 5 children.
So these 4 or 5 would be the topmost segment. But we feel
because why I'm saying this, because at times what happens is parents tend to live their dreams through their children, isn't it?
Yeah.
So many a times the child may be just 40 to 50% as you are telling, but however, amount of efforts or whatever you try do, and even the class teachers, they do it, but it is not possible to take a child of 40 to 50% to a 95 percentile or something like that in JEE mains. So we will have to definitely look for an alternate.
So one is the end result, which is probably competing in the exams. The second objective should also be to present the best version of ourselves. creating the best version of the student. So a 40 can still go to 60, and that is what we should first focus on.
That's what.
So probably
40 will go to 60, but not exactly to 90 and cross.
Obviously, yes.
Obviously.
Obviously.
So, right, we need to have a good career counseling also for them, and we need to focus them for something else. Maybe they are destined to do something very good in life, but in a different field.
Right.
Isn't it?
Right.
Thank you so much.
Any other feedback, any other suggestion, question? Science and maths for 11th and 12th. For grades 8, 9 and 10, we offer for maths, science and social science as well. Not currently, but we are working out some strategic educational publishers. So as I said, as and when that gets conceptualized or concretized, we'll coming up with that. So that is work in progress. We'll soon have that. Right. Yes, for these domain subjects, maths and science, it will be helpful. And once we work out that solution for ELT and languages as well, the language portion would also be taken care of. Over the next 2-3 years, we are also working on other competitive examinations as well. CLAT would be one, another. So we are working, yes. So we are working on that. We started with this, but all of that is work in progress. Within a year or two, we'll be done with that.
I just had one more clarification. So this is just like subject-based, basically.
Right.
Yes? Not like a wholesome thing. If somebody wants to just check their aptitude for something, it's not that, right?
No, it's
just
subject-based.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. All right, yeah.
Just to conclude, I'm just saying that as this market is already flooded with these kind of things, you people are just the new initiative has been taken by all of you. As a school principal, I can say that the moment children, the marking system of all the boards are like that, they get huge numbers, 98%, 97% in class 10th. And the moment they get so much numbers and the percentage, the parent become very demanding and they put lot of pressure on children. And then I have seen that because of the pressures, most of the children, they burn out, and lots of demand they put. They say that we have spent so much money on you. They put them to different coaching classes or whatever, in whichever way, and then they expect a lot, but most of the time I've seen that children are failed to deliver. So ma'am was saying the right thing, out of 100, or like I got a batch of 150, but I know that there are only 10 children who will be capable enough and can really deliver something and will make it a little worthy to go for these kind of things. So what I'm saying, number one, that you have to focus on those children only. Even if you come to our school, we won't be able to give you quantity. We will be only giving the quality, because we have to explain to the parents
Absolutely.
that why we should ask you to send there. That is their wholesome decision, whatever they feel that they are the best judge to judge the child's capability, and they can take any decision whatever they want to. Number two, sir, it should be cost effective by keeping children in mind that we are dealing with the common child, and the common child and the common parents don't have too much money. They simply provide a quality education as the most cost-effective way. So if you have to survive in this market, please try to make it competitive and cost-effective.
So ma'am,
this is the only suggestion I can give you.
Absolutely, ma'am. And some of the schools in the top 50, the 50 schools that we have worked out with, are in the remotest of the places.
Yeah. So it should be good to those children who really deserve to be in that thing. So you have to deal with the cream.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but to add to that, a lot of times we face this burnout because the students move out from the environment of the school to the other places
and
where it is not
we
focused
basically
on.
suffer what the sir has said, that the
They move
attendance
out.
has become a
Move out.
very serious problem for all of us. We all are dealing with it. That most of the children are going haywire and they don't turn up to school, and finally they landed up nowhere.
So this solution is not an instant noodle solution. It will take time, and our first job is to actually align with the school leaders, hear out what challenges and problems they are facing, and try to mold our solution and then take it to the parents and the students. That is when we have the best chance of success. Like you all said, that probably deal with these kinds of students. So that is a customized thing that we need to work on, and that is the feedback, that the reason why we have come for. All right, then probably we'll conclude, and the team would be available here, and we'd be glad to take up any questions. And as I said, we'll be visiting the city again starting 6th of November. So we'll be very glad if you could give us the time in that particular week. Our team will be there to take note of your meeting appointment. So we will take a meeting appointment from anybody who wants to meet us, and we'll be glad to visit you next week to discuss the solution in detail. Thank you.
Thank you, Anurag. Thank you to our audience for interacting. And just to reiterate, we will be visiting the city again, and our team is stationed outside at the registration desk. We would request, if you all would like to pre-book your slot to meet with our experts, that option's available. The desk is right outside the hall, so please let us know, and we would love to connect with you all and see how we can best collaborate. Before I continue, also a gentle reminder, this entire event is being live streamed. As you all can see, you all have received the link, so we request please share it with your friends and family so that they can see you live. Moving on. Sorry? I believe everybody got the message? With the, oh. Yeah. Yes. It's happening live, so it will only end once the event ends. So they can still start seeing the event. Yeah? All right. Moving on, now we have a short networking break. We request all of you all to kindly connect with each other, share your ideas, and take the panel discussion that we couldn't complete forward as well. I request all of you all to take a 20-minute networking break. There is snacks and refreshments served outside, and we'll reconvene very shortly, within 20 minutes. Thank you, everyone.
here. Not only this, we take that tool of analysis that is really, really helpful, because what it does is, it is highlighting the strength and the weakness of each and every student. So we continuously keep on going to the platforms. We pick up the analysis of the students who are working on the platform, and based upon that, we come to know that are there certain areas which are common to all the students, where they're weak or they're not able to perform well. And based upon that input, then we design our content. Then we come out with a question bank, or we come out with any kind of a help, so that students are able to clear their weak areas and fill the gaps which are there in the knowledge and move ahead. This is not possible by any single teacher to do all this. So this is how AI is helping immensely to understand each and every student.
I certainly believe on the path that this day and age, when there are like so many options and everyone is sort of being the first one to give in their views, like the student tends to get a little bit confused and they don't know what is best for them. And sometimes even other people in their life, like parents or teachers, can't really judge what's best for them unless they have like a physical assessment or a proof which can state that no, that is right for the student and this is the path which you should take. So I think this is a very great initiative indeed, and it's surely going to help a lot of students in future.
This product obviously focuses on what you're actually weak at, like at the precise point. That I guess is not done in other online institutes too. That makes this venture stand out from others.
I would like to mention that I have been on multiple online digital learning platforms before, and the fact that this app has adaptive learning and provides questionnaire for students who are lacking in a particular topic is really nice and makes us stand out from other platforms.
This is probably the need of the hour. When children know that they can work at their own pace, they can create their own destiny.
First time I have encountered such platform with such qualities.
सेल्फ लर्निंग किस तरीके से वो स्टेप बाय स्टेप अपने आप को इम्प्रूव कर रहा है वो देख सकता है.
The thing which I feel best, the cycle which was told in the seminar.
For me, it is questions and initiatives.
And sometimes even other people in their life, like parents or teachers, can't really judge what's best for them unless they have like a physical assessment or a proof.
It focuses more on their personalized analysis, their diagnostic.
This will really help for any student to get to know what point they are really lacking on.
It obviously focuses on what you're actually weak at, like at the precise point.
And the fact that this app has adaptive learning and provides questionnaire for students who are lacking in a particular topic is really nice.
I find that this kind of a curriculum would be really great for my children.
The whole idea here is to apply the concept of capturing individual data of every single child using the platform. Once we have adequate data of the child and we are able to form a pattern of his learning behavior, his learning skills, the way he is able to understand questions, comprehend it, apply himself, and the concept he has learned, we use that data to train the intelligence behind the Q&I platform and give him accurate information and analytics to guide him in the right direction as accurately as you can imagine it.
कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशंस में एक जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है जो हर बच्चा या हर टीचर या हर माँ बाप शायद ढूंढता है वो ये है कि मेरा बच्चा किसी भी दिन अपने प्रिपरेशन जर्नी में कहाँ है. Q&I एक यूनिकली क्राफ्टेड लर्न जर्नी डिफाइन करता है हर बच्चे के लिए उसके नीड और पेस के हिसाब से. तो जब हमारे पास एक लर्न जर्नी डिफाइन हो जाती है तो हम माइलस्टोन्स भी डिफाइन करते हैं एंड अकॉर्डिंगली छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स में छोटे छोटे सक्सेस माइलस्टोन्स अचीव करता हुआ बच्चा फाइनली अपने उस गोल को अचीव करता है. इसके साथ हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पर हम एक और सर्विस देते हैं और वो है प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग सेशंस. जनरली हम ट्यूटोरियल्स या लाइव क्लासेस जो आप देखते हैं में एक कॉन्सेप्ट या एक चैप्टर को पूरी तरह से एक्सप्लेन किया जाता है. हमारा तरीका थोड़ा अलग है. हम बच्चों के परफॉर्मेंस को देखने के बाद उनको बकेट करते हैं. सो कई बच्चे होंगे जो किसी पर्टिकुलर कॉन्सेप्ट में वीक होंगे, कई होंगे जो एवरेज होंगे, कई होंगे जो अबव एवरेज होंगे. इसलिए परफॉर्मेंस के हिसाब से हम बच्चों को बकेट करके नीड बेसिस पे इनवाइट करते हैं अपने खास ट्यूटोरियल सेशंस में तो बच्चा अगर 1.5 घंटे के Q&I सेशन में आता है तो उसे पता होता है कि उसका टैंजिबल टेक अवे क्या है। तो एक डिफाइंड टैंजिबल टेक अवे होने की वजह से अगेन लर्निंग विद एंगेजमेंट होती है और उसको पर्पस डिफाइंड होता है। तो अगेन ये 2 चीजें हैं जो हम देते हैं, यूनिकली क्राफ्टेड लर्न जर्नी और लाइव ट्यूटोरियल्स के थ्रू प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स, जो नीड बेसिस है, जेनरिक नहीं है।
देखो, हम जिन समस्याओं से जूझ रहे हैं उनमें से रोड लर्निंग एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या है और हमने Q&I में उस समस्या को बड़े ही आसान तरीके से सुलझाया है। हम बच्चों को कॉन्सेप्ट का ज्ञान ज्यादा देने की कोशिश करते हैं। एक बार जब बच्चा कॉन्सेप्ट समझ लेता है तो वो दुनिया के किसी भी सवाल को बड़े आसानी से जवाब दे पाता है, चाहे वो MCQ हो या फिर डिस्क्रिप्टिव आंसर्स हो। अगर उसको पता है कि वो कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है तो लिख के आना या ABC और D के तहत उसको चूज करना उसको उतना ही आसान लगता है। तो इस रोड लर्निंग की समस्या को सुलझाना हमारे लिए बहुत अहम था और हम बड़े गर्व से के साथ कह सकते हैं कि Q&I ने उस समस्या को सुलझाया है।
I have, seen my son, prepare very closely for JEE, so I've been a part of his journey. From my perspective, the challenges which a student face, one is the enormous syllabus which a student has to cover. He has to cover both 11 and 12, and he has to juggle also his board exams. So it's like a Herculean task for a child. The second challenge is, it is all about relative performance. It is not about your own performance. While you might be doing very well in isolation, you don't know where you stand when you're actually appearing the exam with all your peers. And both these issues or challenges have been very beautifully addressed in Q&I. In Q&I, we have a planner. So where a student can very nicely plan his schedule. So he can, prepare for a topic, give the exam, see where he stands. If required, he can repeat that topic. That is one part of it. Second is, with Q&I, we have a feature called as IQ Matrix, wherein a child gets to understand where he's doing well, or the topics where he needs to actually strengthen himself. So that itself, again, complements the entire preparation process. The other part, what I talked about, is about relative performance. So this also has been addressed in Q&I. We have a student roadmap. So a student exactly understands where he stands among his peers. So both these problems have been very nicely addressed in Q&I.
जब इन एग्जाम्स की आप प्रिपरेशन करोगे तो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एक बहुत बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है, द स्किल टू सॉल्व प्रॉब्लम्स एंड ऑल्सो टू स्ट्रैटेजाइज, टाइम मैनेजमेंट स्किल्स कैसी होनी चाहिए। तो इन सब चीज़ों के लिए बिकॉज हमारी जो कंटेंट टीम है, हमारी जो एकेडमिक टीम है, उसमें कई रेप्यूटेड फैकल्टी और जो इस डोमेन से काफ़ी पिछले 15-20 सालों से जुड़े हुए हैं वैसे टीचर्स अवेलेबल हैं जो वर्चुअल प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग सेशंस के थ्रू इस प्रॉब्लम को भी सॉल्व करते हैं। तो बच्चा किसी भी चैप्टर की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करता है हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पर, और जहाँ पे भी उसकी वीकनेस रह जाती है, बिकॉज वी हैव द डेटा, हम उन बच्चों को शॉर्टलिस्ट करके नीड बेसिस पे इनवाइट करते हैं प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग सेशंस में, और एक क्लियरली डिफाइंड टैंजिबल आउटकम डिफाइन करने के बाद इन 1.5 से 2 घंटे के सेशंस में बच्चे इन क्वेश्चंस को प्रैक्टिस करते हैं टीचर के साथ वर्चुअली, और उसके बाद अपनी प्रोफिशिएंसी इंप्रूव करते हैं। सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द यूनिक फीचर्स Q&I में जो हम ऑफर करते हैं, जो हमें बाकियों से काफ़ी डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं क्योंकि हम पर्सनलाइजेशन को कोर पे रखते हैं। तो इवन दीज ट्यूटोरियल सेशंस दैट वी टॉक अबाउट, ये जेनरिक या एक बहुत बड़े ग्रुप में नहीं होता है, ये खास उन बच्चों को नीड बेसिस पे होता है जिन्हें उस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक या उस चैप्टर में इसकी ज़रूरत हो। तो ये हमारे Q&I के यूनिक फीचर्स हैं।
मार्केट में बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल हैं, बहुत सारे इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं, बहुत सारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं। इस सब के बावजूद जो इम्प्रूवमेंट है स्टूडेंट्स में, जो रिजल्ट्स आप देखते हैं न्यूज़पेपर में, वो बारली 1% होता है ऑफ द टोटल स्टूडेंट्स। मैं आपको बताती हूँ गैप्स क्या क्या हैं। गैप्स ये हैं कि सब्जेक्ट नॉलेज उसे सब जगह मिल रही है, उसको टेस्ट भी मिल रहा है और उसको उसका स्कोर भी मिल रहा है, लेकिन उसने वो जो मार्क्स लूज किए हैं उसके रीजंस क्या हैं ये उसको नहीं पता चल रहा है। कौन सा टॉपिक है जो उसने अभी मास्टर जो है करना है ये उसको कोई नहीं बता रहा है। और यहाँ पे आता है Q&I, हम उसको एक इन डेप्थ एनालिसिस देते हैं। ये हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म का एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट फीचर है। हमारा एनालिसिस उसे बताता है कि तुमने ये 3 टॉपिक के ऊपर टेस्ट लिखा था, इन टॉपिक्स का जो स्किल है क्वेश्चंस में पूछा गया, तुम्हें नॉलेज तो है, तुम्हें अंडरस्टैंडिंग भी है, लेकिन तुम अभी उसकी एप्लीकेशन नहीं कर पा रहे, तो इस वजह से तुम्हारे क्वेश्चंस गलत हो रहे हैं। उसके साथ साथ हम उसको ये भी बता रहे हैं कि अच्छा तुमने टाइम मैनेजमेंट तो तुम्हारी स्ट्रेंथ बन गई है, एक्यूरेसी अभी भी तुम्हारी वीकनेस है, क्योंकि ये स्टूडेंट को हेल्प करता है उस गैप को कवर करने में, ये उसको हेल्प करेगा अपने स्कोर को इम्प्रूव करने में। ये सारे फीचर्स जो है ये हमने प्रोवाइड किए उस गैप को फिल करने के।
प्रेडिक्टिव में हमने स्टैटिस्टिकल एनालिसिस और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को लेवरेज करते हुए कोशिश की है कि स्टूडेंट को हम बता सके कि जो उसकी करंट लेवल ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस है उसके बेसिस पर वो कितना सक्सेसफुल रहेगा। जेईई एग्जाम ले लीजिए या नीट के एग्जाम ले लीजिए, वो उसके करंट परफॉर्मेंस लेवल से क्या आउटकम वो एक्सपेक्ट कर सकता है, ये हम अपने प्रेडिक्टिव एलिमेंट से स्टूडेंट को हेल्प करते हैं। एंड अनुराग, आई थिंक व्हेन वी वर गिविंग अ जेईई एग्जाम, तो ये अगर चीज हमें पता रहती, it would have made so much of difference to our preparation. अगर हम बात करें परफॉर्मेंस की, तो ये जो Q&I प्रोडक्ट है, ये लेटेस्ट इमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजीज पावर्ड बाय AI, डेटा ड्रिवन एंड माइक्रो सर्विसेज बेस्ड आर्किटेक्चर पर बनाया गया है। ये क्लाउड बेस्ड टेक्नोलॉजीज इसको लेवरेज करते हुए बनाया गया है, जिससे कि ये हाईली स्केलेबल और स्टेबल प्रोडक्ट, इसकी सिक्योरिटी एस्पेक्ट्स को कंसिडर किया गया है और रेजिलियंस को फैक्टर इन किया गया है, ताकि हर स्टूडेंट इसे यूज करते हुए कोई भी प्रॉब्लम फेस ना करे।
I would love to answer this question, Yes, Q&I definitely helped him a lot. When I initially subscribed for Q&I, he was not very convinced. He was already enrolled with a very reputed coaching institute. So when I suggested Q&I, when I subscribed and, I asked him that why don't you use Q&I, he was very reluctant because he also had enrolled to another leading coaching institute's online program. So he was, more than happy to use that online platform. So when I suggested, he was kind of reluctant. So I kind of persuaded him and then he tried using it. Within a span of 1 week, that scene completely changed. I could see him using Q&I as the only platform for his preparation. It was not my pushing, but he saw the benefits. And as you know, children have their own opinion. They will not go by what you say. He used it, he got the results that he wanted. And I, as a parent also, I didn't know how his preparation journey was going. But once he started using Q&I, I could also log in, go to the analytics dashboard, see how many tests he's taken, what are the performance parameters. It was kind of like a win-win situation for both of us. And I wish I could have my son here to say that, but he did, tell me that, Mama, thank you for getting Q&I for me.
So before designing any product, we try to understand why we are building and then what we are building. So we have to be very clear about why we are taking up any project or any product feature or any offering for that matter. We just spend a lot of time on deciding why and the what's, and that involves a lot of surveys and researchers and talking to people who are actually going to use our product. You just don't build it for today, you build it for tomorrow. You have to have that whole roadmap in front of you before you actually begin with the process of designing the first draft of it. And then we get into the process of designing the launch and the features that will go into it, and every team what tasks they are going to take. And then we come up with a strategy and go out into the market. And then the next step is to evaluate how the product is doing in the market. The other important aspect of it after releasing a product is to understand, get the feedback and make the necessary changes so that it is actually usable.
Getting started on Q&I. Preparing for competitive exams can be challenging, but we're here to change that forever. Introducing Q&I, the assessment-led learning platform that brings the fun back into learning and gives you the tools to perform at your level best in JEE and NEET. But what exactly does assessment-led learning mean, and how can you use it to your advantage? To find out, let's dive into our platform. To begin with, visit www.qanditoday.com and click on Login. If you haven't already registered on our website, you can do so by filling this form. Now enter your registered mobile number and click on Get OTP. And well, you know this part already, don't you? So let's skip ahead. Once you've fully logged in, you'll see this page. Simply select your level of subject-wise proficiency before clicking on Continue. That will bring you to a personalized assessment, a diagnostic test that shows you your current level of readiness for the final exam. It also helps our unique assessment-led learning platform craft a personalized learning journey for you. To proceed, simply click on Attempt Now. Now read the instructions carefully and click on Take Test to start. On Q&I, testing is easy and seamless. To see how, let's take a closer look at the test panel. On the top, you'll see the section-wise number of questions. Under it, you'll find your question panel. This countdown bar shows the average time that other students take to respond to a question. You can skip a question by clicking on this arrow. Once you select the answer that you think is correct, you have 3 options. You can save your answer and move to the next question, save your answer and mark it for review, or simply mark it for review and come back later. These tools help you highlight those questions that you'd like to come back to. You'll be able to see which questions you've marked out in the summary panel. Over here, you can also see how much time you've got left to complete the test. From this panel, you can go back to any question by clicking its number. Once you've completed the test, click Submit Test. This will only submit the answers to those questions that you've saved or saved and marked for review. Let's now see how to review your test results. Over here, you can check your total score, as well as the number of correct, incorrect, and unanswered questions. This panel helps you review your test results in detail so that you can see where you went wrong. You can hover your cursor over any topic to get more details. Once you make it to this screen, you've officially taken the first step in your Q&I journey. From here on, our unique adaptive engine will craft a dynamic learning journey that's tailored for you. And pretty soon, you'll begin to see the difference that Q&I makes to your prep. So, what's next? More on that in the next video, where we'll take you through Q&I's insightful and intuitive dashboard. Welcome to Q&I's unique dashboard, where you can get a smart and simple overview of your preparation journey. And at the center of it all is you. Because everything here is tailored to you and your needs. Let's now check out the dashboard in detail. So, how prepared are you for your exam? And what are your chances of success? Find out with Q&I's unique My Q Today score. This dynamic score is a reflection of all the hard work that you've been putting into your prep. With one look at your My Q Today score, you'll know whether your prep is moving in the right direction or not. All your activities on our platform go towards calculating your My Q Today score. Under this, you can check your overall performance in different subjects. With one look at this panel, you'll know which subjects you need to focus more on. So how can you ensure your success at JEE and NEET? To answer this question, let's look at the My Task Center. Over here, you'll get customized daily and weekly tasks that help you bridge the gaps in your weaknesses, core learning skills, and strategic skills. To get started with a task, click on Practice. Do you also find yourself wasting time revising the same chapters again and again? What if there was a better, smarter way to go about your prep? That's where the MyQ Matrix comes into the picture. Simply put, the MyQ Matrix tells you what topics you're already good at and which ones you need to work on to increase your chances of success. The matrix lists out your strengths, opportunities, hurdles, and weaknesses. All this data is adaptive and curated specially for you by our AI algorithm. With consistent practice, you'll see most topics moving into your strength style. This is when you know you're getting better. To view which topics fall under a tile, simply click on it. Once you do, you can check the proficiency levels of each quadrant's topics. On Q&I, you can be in control of your prep by planning what to study and when to study. You can do this with the help of the weekly planner. With its help, you can make your own schedule and plan your success. To begin with, add chapters that you'd like to focus on. That will take you to this screen, where you can select how many practice tests you'd like to give per week and which chapters you'd like to focus on. After selecting the chapters, click on Add to Test. Now, click on Save Test. And you're done! You'll now see these chapter tests lined up on your dashboard. These serve as reminders, and you can take these tests whenever you'd like to as per your schedule. On Q&I, we believe in helping you make the most of every second that you spend on our platform. We achieve this with graphs like this one, which charts out your ideal progress versus your actual progress so that you know if your preparation journey is on track. Right next to your progress journey, you'll see your marks trend, which charts out your score with the top scores of your peers and the average marks scored by all the other users on Q&I. One look at this will tell you where you stand in comparison to other aspirants. With the help of this drop-down, you can select the different types of tests and see marks trends in each of them. Watch our next video for a quick walkthrough of our assessment section. Welcome to Q&I assessment section. Practice session and tests are central to your learning. And at Q&I, we have an unlimited bank of these. This is what we call assessment-led learning. To begin, click on the Assessments button on the left menu bar. This will take you to our unlimited bank of practice sessions and tests. Here you'll find adaptive practice sessions, which you can customize right down to the topic level. Unlimited full syllabus mock tests curated by teachers and industry experts. Live tests and test series that help you strengthen your skills. And previous year exams to test yourself in a real exam scenario. To take an adaptive practice session, click on Practice and then Custom. Once you do, you'll see all the chapters within a subject as well as your proficiency level in each. To sort the chapters alphabetically or by proficiency level, click on the Sort button. To take a full practice test for a subject, click on Full Practice. We'll show you all the topics within a chapter. Once you do, you can view and select the individual topics that you'd like to include in the practice test. Once you've made your selections, click on Practice for selected topics. Read the instructions carefully and click on Practice to start the test. For each question, either you'll see 4 responses to choose from or a box in which you'll need to key in your numerical answer. On the top right, you'll also see a countdown bar that shows the average time that other students take to respond to a question. Thanks to Q&I's one-of-a-kind adaptive engine, the next question that you get depends on how you fared in the previous question. As you get the questions right, the difficulty level will gradually increase and so will the level of your confidence. Once you complete your test, click on Submit Test. Immediately after submitting the test, you will be able to view your scorecard. It'll include your overall score and topic-wise score. To go back to the questions and review them, click on Review Questions. Doing so will take you to this page where you can check the right answer to every question. To see a particular question's answer, simply click on the question number. With this button, you can filter questions based on whether they were correct, incorrect, or unanswered. You'll see the real beauty of our platform once you click on the View More button. Once you do, you'll be able to see what percentage of students have answered each question correctly and which topic and concept was needed to answer it. Here, you'll also be able to see the skill required to solve that question. Once you're done, click on Back to go back to your scorecard. Next, we'll show you Q&I's one-of-a-kind analytics tool. To keep watching, do check out the next video.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back from the break. Before we resume with the awards segment, may I please request everyone to kindly come up on the stage. Let's do a group photograph. We believe all of you all have come from very far off places and we would like to leave right after the awards segment. So can I please request everyone to kindly come up on the stage and let's do a group photograph. Team, if there's anyone outside, please request them to come in. Please join us for the photograph. Yes, yes. So some on the ground, some on stage. Some leaders can also be on the stage. Once again, a very good evening, and we are ready to move into the awards segment for today. Just a small announcement. We have shared feedback forms with each one of you. It's kept on the table. We do request you all to fill it out, share your thoughts with us. All right, let's move into a very special part of today's event. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce our awards segment. This moment is dedicated to honoring the individuals who have gone above and beyond in shaping the future of education. Today we celebrate the educators, leaders, and change makers who continuously strive for excellence in their work. These awards are a testament to your extraordinary contributions, leadership, and vision for a brighter future in education. Please join me as we celebrate you all. May I please request Mr. Vinay Singh, the Executive Director and CEO of Thomson Digital and Q&I, to do the honors. Mr. Vinay Singh is the Executive Director and CEO of Thomson Digital and Q&I. He's a visionary leader at the forefront of revolutionizing digital publishing and educational technology. Thomson Digital is an independent entity within Thomson Press India Limited, with international footprints across the globe, including New York, Mauritius, Noida, Chennai, and Gangtok. From here, we serve international publishers in English and Western European languages. Thank you for gracing the event with your presence, sir. I request you to kindly do away the honors. Well, without further ado, let's begin with our awards ceremony. And let's honor the exceptional school leaders. May I please invite Mr. Amitabh Garg, Principal, Doon World School, to take his award. Mr. Amitabh Garg, Principal, Doon World School. Please put your hands together for Mr. Anish Kumar Singhal, Principal, HR Public School. Invite Ms. Anita Raturi, Principal, Foothills Academy. Please put your hands together for ma'am. The next award goes to Ms. Anita Tripathi, Principal, Oceanic International School. Please put your hands together for Ms. Anjula, Principal, Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya. Moving on, the next award, Ms. Anjula, Principal, Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya. Congratulations, ma'am. The next award goes to Ms. Bhavna Tyagi, Principal, Roorkee Public Senior Secondary School. Ms. Bhavna Tyagi, Roorkee Public Senior Secondary School. Sir is taking the award on ma'am's behalf. Please put your hands together for Ms. Bhavna Upmanyu, Principal, Shri Guru Ram Rai Public School. The next award goes to Mr. Beenu George, Principal, Delhi Public International School. Please put your hands together for Ms. Binay Bisht, Principal, Vidyasthal Children Academy. Let's put our hands together for Dr. Dinesh Bartwal, Principal, Doon International School. Congratulations, sir. Let's give a huge round of applause to Dr. Lalita, Principal, Hill Grove School. Yes, ma'am, please. The next award goes to Dr. Pragya Upadhyay, Principal, St. Anne's School. Please put your hands together for Dr. Sandeep Kalia, Principal, the Drona School. Congratulations, sir. The next award goes to Dr. Sunita Sharma, Principal, Nirmal Ashram Gyan Dan Academy. Congratulations, ma'am. Please, with a huge round of applause, let's welcome Dr. Sunil Kumar Rai, Principal, Selaki International School. Dr. Sunil Kumar Rai. Moving on. The next award goes to Dr. Yashwant Singh Barthwal, Principal, PM Shri SSC Atal Utkrisht GIC Selapur. The next award goes to Dr. Amit Sehgal, Principal, Lucent International School. Congratulations are in order for Dr. Minakshi Soti, Principal, Doon Heritage School. Congratulations, ma'am. Let's welcome Dr. Rajesh Arora, Principal, Shri Guru Ram Rai Public School. Big congratulations to you, ma'am. With the same enthusiasm, please put your hands together for Dr. Rakesh Kala, Founder and Principal, Will Field School. We have someone receiving the award on his behalf, Ms. Sugandha Arora. Please put your hands together for Ms. Gurpreet Kohli, Principal, the Arcadia School. Congratulations, ma'am. Please put your hands together for Ms. Lalita Krishnaswamy, Principal, Nirmal Ashram Deepmala Public School. Congratulations, ma'am. The next award goes to Ms. Minakshi Gandotra, Principal, Jaswant Modern School. Please do, ma'am. Please put your hands together for Miss Minakshi Mehta, Principal, Gyan Anand School for Girls. Congratulations are in order for Mr. Naveen Kumar Taneja, Principal, The Sapiens School. Moving on. Yes, on his behalf. Please put your hands together for Mr. Navneet Bijilwan, Director, Veer Arjun Scholars Academy. Please put your hands together for him. Congratulations, sir. The next award goes to Miss Neelam Thaplial, Principal, Delhi Public School. Congratulations, ma'am. Please put your hands together for Mr. Parampreet Singh Grewal, Principal, GRD Academy. I was told he had to leave early. Will someone be taking it on his behalf? Oh, sorry. The next award goes to Miss Pooja Maurya, Principal, Akasha Public School. Congratulations, ma'am. Please put your hands together for Mr. Puran Singh Chaudhary, Principal, Sangam Children Academy, Senior Secondary School. May I now invite Ms. Pratibha Athri, Principal, Shri Guru Ram Rai Public School. Congratulations, ma'am. With a huge round of applause, let's welcome Ms. Priya Kaushik, Principal, Delhi Public School. Congratulations, ma'am. The next award goes to Ms. Ramneet Swaroop, Principal, Bharatya Academy. Ms. Ramneet Swaroop. Please put your hands together for Ms. Ruchi Rawat, Principal, Sheffield School. Let's please hear a huge round of applause for ma'am. Now, heartiest congratulations to Ms. Rupali Puri, Principal, GD Goenka Public School. Can I please hear a huge round of applause for ma'am? Please put your hands together for Mr. Sajal Saroha, Principal, Phoenix Public School. Congratulations, sir. The next award goes to Mr. Sanjeev Pandey, Principal, Maharishi Vidya Mandir. Mr. Sanjeev Pandey. Congratulations, sir. Now, heartiest congratulations to Mr. Sean Clifford Timms, Principal, the SP Global School. Congratulations, sir. Please put your hands together for Ms. Shivangi Chauhan, Principal, Nature International Senior Secondary School. Will someone be taking the... Oh, okay. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to all the awardees. Moving on to a couple of honorary mentions. May I please invite Mr. Ajay Kumar Gupta, Principal, Radiant Public School. Congratulations, sir. Please put your hands together for Brother Albert Abraham, Principal, Montfort School, Roorkee. Congratulations. The next award goes to Mr. Anil from Subhash Chandra Bose Academy. May I please invite Mr. Anil Mumkane, Principal, SGRR Public School. Congratulations, sir. Please put your hands together for Mr. Anil Taneja, Principal, Sant Kabir Academy. Moving on. The next award goes to Miss Archana Thapa, Principal, Green Lawn Academy. Miss Archana Thapa, Principal, Green Lawn Academy. Please put your hands together for Ms. Bhavna Tyagi, Principal, Roorkee Public Senior Secondary School. Moving on. May I now invite Captain Diksha Sharma, Principal, Army Public School. Please put your hands together for Ms. Deepshika Mian, Himalayan Public School, Principal, Himalayan Public School. Moving on to the next award. Oh, ma'am. ma'am is here. Congratulations, ma'am. The next award goes to Mr. Ganesh, Principal, Shri Guru Ram Rai Public School, Vikas Nagar. The next award goes to Mr. Girish Chandra Badoni, Principal, Eklavya Model Residential School. Please let's hear a huge round of applause for sir. Congratulations, sir. Please put your hands together for Lieutenant Vikrant Kaushik, Principal, Hemgiri Advanced Studies and Sports School. Congratulations are in order for Mr. Mani, Acting Principal, Indian Public School. Congratulations, sir. May I now invite Ms. Ruma Malhotra, Principal, Him Jyoti School. Is someone there on behalf of ma'am? Oh, ma'am is here. The next award goes to Mr. Sanjay Devangan, Principal, The Wisdom Global School. Please put your hands together for Ms. Shreya Bansal, Principal, Apollo International School. We have Ms. Karuna Singh receiving the award on her behalf. The next award goes to Dr. Tanuja Pokhriyal, Principal, Doon International Public School. Congratulations, ma'am. May I now invite Ms. Sumita Upadhyay, Green Lawn Academy. Please put your hands together for Dr. Sunita Bhatt from Navodaya Vidyalaya. Please put your hands together for Mr. Shashank Chamoli, Principal, Sateshwari Devi Memorial School. The next award goes to Ms. Kavita Singh, Principal, SGRR School. Ms. Kavita Singh. The next award goes to Ms. Sonia Kumari, Principal, DPS, Delhi Public School. Congratulations, ma'am. Ms. Sonia Kumar from Delhi Public School. Please put your hands together for Mr. Anil Kumar Singhal from St. Xavier School. Mr. Anil Kumar Singhal from St. Xavier School. Congratulations, sir. The next award goes to Ms. Shalini Samadhya, DAV Public School. Ms. Shalini Samadhya. Congratulations, ma'am. The next award is for Mr. Parvesh Bhatt from Bristol Public School. Mr. Parvesh Bhatt. Congratulations, sir. Sir, may I request you for one more award? May I now invite Captain Diksha Sharma from Army Public School, Rumalia. Captain Diksha Sharma, Army Public School, Raiwala. Thank you for giving away the award, sir. Yes, sir. Once again, thank you, sir, for giving away the awards, and congratulations to all the awardees. As we come to the close of today's event, it is my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to all who made it to Q&I today in Dehradun. In closing, I'd like to thank all the panelists, awardees, and the attendees for making the time to be with us and for engaging in such meaningful discussions. Together, we are shaping the future of education, and today is just the beginning of our journey. Once again, thank you, and I wish you all a safe journey home and continued success in your endeavor. Thank you and good night. Please just allow us a moment. We would like to give away one last award. Sir, may I request you to do the honors once again? Sure. A huge round of applause for Mr. Ratan Singh Pawar, Principal, Hopeway School. Congratulations, sir.